and
I'm
gentlemen.
very excited. Now something I've noticed is that I think we're missing some very familiar names and teams in this final day of Nova Cup. So can you tell me what happened yesterday? I think there's some exciting matchup that happened in the day one.
There was certainly at least one upset yesterday with Drakir and Lucy dropping out to the No Fun duo. So they lost against Abrasiert in the winners match, and then they lost against No Fun in the last chance match, which means Drakir and Lucy are not present in the semi-finals today, and there is some fresh blood. So we have in the first semi-final, the one that we will be spectating, is Offmer and Adams, who we did see play a bunch of games yesterday, and they are up against the Chaos Chemists, which is Atrocity and In the Hole. So some fresh blood, some usual faces. And then the other semi-final is Abrasiert, so King Dans and Widdowson, and they are playing up against No Style, No Balls, aka the No Fun duo. That'll be an interesting one. Shadowwings is going to be casting that if anybody wants to watch that fast and aggressive action. That will be on the other stream. But if anyone is more into the Chaos Chemists versus Off Madams, then you are in the right place. That game will be starting in about 5 minutes' time. Green, what do you think about this matchup?
Oh, I mean, it's not something we have seen. I think Ofma and Adamus haven't played in the Nova Cup together yet.
Mm-hmm.
At least not that I'm aware of. Atrocity and Intertent already had one appearance so far. I'm kind of expecting chaos being abused on both sides.
Yeah.
And a lot of starving
Yeah.
happening
Yeah.
on both sides. So I'm not sure how to predict it because I feel like both teams might be kind of close
Mm-hmm.
in terms of the individual skills of the players. It's kind of going to be about which team is going to be able to have the better macro, I would
Mm-hmm.
think. But I'm also curious how it's going to play out with the new patch being introduced so shortly before Nova Cup.
Yeah, right. With the pathing changes being the biggest change, right? Like there's some of the usual balance tweaks and stuff. Jules obviously very hot on keeping the game well balanced, but the pathing changes, that's the biggest thing. Like there's only been a few days for players to adjust, and I think there's some fairly big changes. Like I've seen some weird stuff with ranged units. I've seen some weird stuff. Sometimes I've seen units just like give up and stop fighting. I think that's clearly a bit of a bug.
They probably read the patch notes.
Yeah, so hopefully
Yeah.
we don't see any of that today. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's a bit of an interesting one. I was saying to Scott Troll yesterday, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing having like a really big patch just before the Nova Cup because then it rewards the players who can adapt the fastest. And actually, XGod over here is one of the best examples that I always use when we talk about stuff like this because when we had the big patch with workers being changed at the start of last season, it was XGod and Ashton who adapted the quickest and the best to that change. And they had a really good streak early on in the year where they were just dominating the other teams with really hard, like, hard pushes on wave 11, 12, 13, etc., and almost going for like semi-sui plays on wave 11 and just winning the game straight out on wave 12. So I do like things like that give an advantage to fast adapters and players that are more flexible. But obviously, when there's maybe some bugs still around in the pathing, that makes it a little bit different. That's not adaptation. That's just a problem, right?
I mean, I think it gives people like XGod an unfair advantage because he can read. So it's not really fair if there's like a big patch introduced right before the Nova Cup. And yeah, on the other hand, I do agree. It's about adapting fast as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a very well timed because I was just taking a sip of my tea. We nearly had a spit take all over the Nova Cup.
I guess.
I saw.
But yeah, really interesting to see how teams adapt to the new units, and multiple balance changes, nerfs, buffs, and also the new pathing. But it's interesting you guys pointing out because the first game I played right after the patch, I just had like units stuck in the middle of a lane, not knowing where to go, and they're just like not doing anything.
Oh yeah, they were dancing back and forth.
Yeah, hopefully we don't see that again because that's a little bit game breaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, I mean, I think a big part is also like putting in the time in that little time frame that the players had to prepare.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Just making sure you
But
can
a
grind
week,
out the
it's
practice on the ladder or something.
Oh yeah.
So, having said that, then, do you guys have favourites in this matchup? Chaos Chemists, Off Madams? I know you said it was fairly close, but if you had to call it, which way would you go?
Ooh. I mean, I think I have to go with my boy Offma.
Yeah. Going with the heart.
Yeah, going with the heart.
That's fair. I mean, Ockma is a brotato, so
Yeah.
I'm down to cheer for Ockma in this one, but I'm a bit of an Atrocity fan as well, so we'll have to see.
Yeah,
But guys,
how about you, X-God? You are the
I
tiebreaker.
favor the left side team a little bit more just because I believe in the hole is currently ranked 1 on the ladder, and I think his current form is really good. So
Yeah.
we'll see what he makes out of that.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's always been a good ladder player in ranked. However, he hasn't had a lot of success in tournaments, so we'll see if that changes today.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I'm kind of curious if he's gonna have as good reads now during a situation where he's under pressure
Yeah.
compared to a situation where he's less under pressure.
Just playing
like
chill
the
on
ladder.
ladder or what have you. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, but guys, we are about to find out which one of these teams will take the advantage as we go into the first semi-final game. It is Chaos Chemist on the left, that is Atrocity and Inda Schmoll, and it is Offmadams on the right, that is Offma and Dams. Game number 1, let's go.
So none of them have any balls. Like everyone's playing absolute boring stuff. We have 2 greed players, which we should instantly kick from the tournament. And then we have Cash Out and Cartel.
Atrocity has the new unit. Wonder if he goes for that. But I mean, he also has like Flower Harpy, right? Which is just a very strong opener.
Yeah, I don't think he has nice units to support the new unit in his role, even though I really like it, I have to admit.
Yeah. No,
In the whole, also, he has a nice early game role, I feel like, but no real top end.
No, he has no synergy, right? Like he's got APS Nightmare,
Yeah.
but there's no big tanks to go in front. There's no Butcher. There's no, his role. He still has his reroll though, so having a nice early game role is pretty good, assuming that you can get something good in the reroll.
Yeah, Adamus going for the skeleton opener might struggle a bit on 5. I guess he might just get a Pixie and smurf it.
Yeah, I think that's actually really good. Like if you can have your Pixie tank the boss and you have your Pirate tank everything else, I think you can do really well.
That might be pretty good, yeah. Pretty standard, everything so far. There's Villain, Overwork, and Sacrifice. I could see like the left team possibly going for an aggressive play. Like it looks like forcing 12 might be pretty good for them later on.
Yeah.
But also the villain on either like a Doppel or a Sky Queen is not too bad.
Yeah, for sure.
Mostly on the Doppel.
I mean, Offma has Kingpins as well, right? So he can be decent on 11 and 12, but Adams for sure looks very weak on 12 so far.
It kind of depends how he progresses his build. If he has a lot of disciples and like a King Claw, he might do alright. But that's a bit far in the future.
Yeah. Now we do see Atrocity going for some early cringe here already, saving 60 Mythium against Offma. I mean, I can see it. Like Offma was looking pretty weak on 4. He's just busted out the Devilfish, which is changes things a little bit.
Yeah, and he also has a Serpent in his role, making him quite strong on 4, which Atrocity can't know.
No.
But he is putting out the pressure, going a bit for the flip early already.
There's a chance as well that Offma just wants to upgrade this unit, right? Because it's going to be more or less full mana, and it kind of feels bad if you keep it as an angler in that case.
Yeah, I think he made a mistake. He should have used a play out of your playbook, Penny, to just kill off the angler on wave 2 and wave 3, so it's still chilling on 12 stacks, and you don't feel the pressure of upgrading.
Yeah, it's the tech.
Wow. That is
That is absolutely brilliant, Xgod. Don't even try to adopt it.
no. I mean, I see it in my games too, you know.
Yeah. So there's
But yeah,
100
I'm wondering how
and
this does. The Dino seems to be taking a lot of aggro right now, so that's not
he
good.
actually went for the bounty hunter.
He did. He's got some pretty good aggro, but now the bounty hunter's on the Dino,
Yeah.
struggling to kill anything. He does go down though, and I think he's going to be okay. The Devilfish just lived long enough, right? It was doing decent
Yeah.
magic damage against the Dino, and yeah, plus he's 395
surprisingly.
value as well, so that helps too.
Yeah, I think being 400 value kinda helps. Still leaking
Yeah.
is not optimal,
Not
but
ideal. No.
yeah, I guess it's all right.
Oh, Indishmol now is putting the pressure onto Adams. We see he has 90 Mythium saved up, and Adams doesn't look great on the 6th wave, right? He is going for that Pixie here on wave 5, but he's even adding
Yeah.
an Angler, and that won't do anything to help him on 6.
Oh yeah, he's in trouble on 6. And that's kind of... I said he doesn't look great on 5 at the start, but he doesn't look great on 6 either.
No.
And now he's committing for 5, which really puts him in a rough position.
And Othma has gone with the Tryhard Send here into Indishmol on wave 5. We've got 100 Send,
Yeah.
including a Brute.
The
We'll have to
problem
see.
is his 500 value and his plus 17, so
Yeah. And this melee
Yeah.
mercenary, I mean, not really,
He's still-
actually, getting sniped.
He's still chilling on 6 workers with Cartel. I think that kind of helps you hold.
He actually, I think, would have liked to leak there to make the wave a little
Oh,
bit
yeah.
longer. But we still see the triple Robo coming out, and Atrocity is joining with a Brute of his own. Othma is not leaking to the Brute. He has 630 value.
Pretty fast
little
and
bit
aggressive.
over,
Yeah.
you know.
Adams, what is he going for here? Because, okay, he sells both seeds and goes for a Disciple. I think that's decent decision making.
He needs
Yeah, but
something
this is-
to kill at least a couple units.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, this is pretty much just what you call damage control. Like, you know you're
Yeah.
gonna leak, but just like do the best you can. Like, this is not gonna look good.
He has
Yeah.
killed 3 Roccos, though, so it's not horrendous. Can he get one
Maybe-
more?
Maybe one more.
Yeah, and
That's
maybe even
about
one
it.
more. Oh,
Oh.
not quite.
Oh, that's actually not too bad.
That's
Like,
really
the
not too
Canopy
bad.
is easily gonna cover,
Yeah.
I would assume.
Yeah, they won't take any king damage here, and the
That's a
Vanguard
big
is even going to
sign.
snack a couple more stacks. Okay, I think that's a pretty decent trade then for the side of Othma Dams, because Adams, he was under a decent amount of pressure there, he performed very, very well, and Othma was able to full cover, so no king damage taken. But we have both kings still on full HP, so First Blood still not taken here on wave 7.
Yeah, and we
And-
have a kind of a risky play, I would say, with Madams, because they decided to push and not send, so they are very vulnerable to a resend, but the other team decided to not
Yeah.
resend.
They're being rewarded. Because Othma can simply get the Kingpin next wave as well.
Yeah, I mean, if you get a Brood and a Robo or something, this is looking bad.
Yeah, I agree.
But he gets Giga rewarded with the Fiend instead.
Yeah.
And now the Bounty Hunter is just snacking on those stacks. It might die before the end of the wave, but it's pretty fine.
Yeah, it's still fine. He's already quite stacked.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
actually
he's-
dying faster than I expected, to be honest, but yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, I agreed. It just gives him like quite an easy game. But he decides against getting it.
He wanted to push a couple of workers instead, which is respectable.
Yep.
And this is a really long wave.
Oh, double pack leader coming out on wave 8 against the side of Atrocity and in the hole. He has a fully boosted Orchid. That's pretty good. We might just see it one-shot the pack leader, honestly.
Yep.
The pack leader will go to the right, though, unless I'm mistaken. Depends how consistent the pathing is.
Yeah, the new and improved.
He's
path.
gonna add a DT, I believe. to
Yeah.
make him count.
Atrocity,
Maybe
meanwhile, he's effectively on value. He has a Sky Queen, but a lot of this stuff is completely dead value.
Yeah, I think he's not gonna have a good time, to be honest.
The Panther Leader's dying very quickly though, with all of that impact damage up front.
The pack is dead.
But
and-
also, like, half his
Even
board is
perfect
already
split
dead.
tanking there from Inderhole. That's a juicer.
Oh.
He's doing very well, actually.
Nice luck.
Wow, nice luck. He just holds. And same with Atrocity. Wow, this is really, really good for the Chaos Chemist.
Well,
I mean,
they're
look,
doing
this-
Okay.
they're
Yeah.
doing better than Adamus does against the income. So,
Yeah, yeah. And
That's a
Atrocity's
little
even
bit
full covering in the mid.
unexpected. Just really, really good aggro from in the whole lane.
Good aggro,
Yeah.
good value, good hold.
yep.
Now we see Offmer finally getting that Kingpin out, getting another income send here from Atrocity, but they really are starting to fall behind in workers. Look at this, we've got Atrocity on 16, Inderhole on 14, Offmer and Adams just 12 and 11 over there, so they are starting to fall behind.
Oh yeah, for sure. So even if Offman pushed 3 workers, since he has like around 150 value more than Atrocity, he would be 1 worker behind.
Right.
Yeah, and 50 income
Yeah.
less than him. I guess he has more mid but
Oh, a
The
bit of a
Adamus
leak coming
leaking-
out from Adams.
Big with that value
Wow.
is really going to hurt
this
him.
Yeah.
This is not looking good. Plus value and leaking this much.
Yeah, he has 2 anglers, the pixie, 4 seedlings. The disciple is not great here.
Spectral
This-
Scallywag as well, like pretty much his entire board is weak on 9.
Yeah, not just weak. It's units that are offering you less value than they cost.
Yeah.
Like anglers, the pixie, the growl. It's kind of rough to be punished like that.
Yeah. His only good units are like completely countered by the wave. Pierce damage, swift armor.
Oh yeah,
So it
precisely.
kind of makes sense actually that he leaked even while he was overvalue.
Yeah, it does. It just really hurts him.
I mean, talk about hurting. He's way down there at the bottom of the power score. Like, he's even building another Grawl here. Things are starting to look a bit shaky there for Adams in particular. Offmer still doing okay, holding his own, especially with that Kingpin power spike. But look at our boy Atrocity. He's just taking off here. He's by far the highest income in the game.
Yeah.
He has equal highest workers. He's doing pretty well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
if
even with the
there's
Kingpin
anything-
spike.
If there's anything in the hole, it's kind of low in power score and his cartel, so it's gonna balance things a little bit
Yeah.
after wave 11.
But Adams
There-
is even leaking no send here on 10, right? Like, things are just going from bad to worse for Adams.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there is a full send coming out from both sides though. And
We have 4 overwork pickups.
yeah, looking at Offmas and Adamus builds in value, I feel like it's not gonna go too great for them.
No, especially when he has no damage on this wave. And,
Yeah.
I mean, same for Adamus. Just like you have a King Claw, but like, it's your damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
just
he's
has no
adding
damage.
another disciple, which is not gonna.
But I mean,
really help
everyone's
him.
kind of low on value, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah. We've got big
Yeah.
sends all around, 360, 420, 340, 280. Is anybody able to hold this, or will we see big leaks all around? Let's have a look. Atrocity, he's doing okay with that Great Boar, and the Sky Queen's really putting out the DPS. Similarly, in the Hole's lane, but that will be a leak from him. Adams first to go down, 79%. In the Hole, shortly behind, 78. Offmer, 69, that's nice. And Atrocity doing the best there with a 55%, but it's only a 4 eyes and 2 creeps. They also have more King Ups on the side of the Chaos Chemist, so I think they do come out ahead in this trade, but both sides will be losing a decent chunk of King HP here on wave 11.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it
looks.
definitely favors the left-sided team, I feel, because now they can just push hard and decide when to strike again, since they have more value and workers.
Yeah,
for sure.
Adams is just super far behind now, and he's just not going to be able to recover, I don't think. They do have a suicide angle where Adams can just push all of his gold into workers. He is sending into the stronger player of the Chaos Chemists, so that kind of works in their favour, but it's still very risky. They need to call the right wave to do that. And when do you think that might be, guys? Maybe 15?
Yeah, I
It has
also
to be,
think it has to be 15 from here.
I mean, just he's so strong on 14, and because they had overworked, like you're getting like not a lot of hit him during this wave. So, but I feel like on 15 they just lose because their board are terrible on 15. On Uzma and Thanos.
Yeah.
I mean, Offma can go for Ocean Templar Canopies to delay, and Adamas should just start suiciding
Yeah.
on like wave 14 start maybe,
He has
or
to.
like
Yeah.
He has to.
or like when this wave starts.
Offma
not
has the
doing good.
Phoenix as well, right? Like, he can actually do very well, I think, on 15.
Yeah, he's already
Well,
going
he needs
for it.
to shift because otherwise he wouldn't have the gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it looks like Adamas might also do alright on 15 with the Hades.
He's just going to be so low value, though.
But yeah. I also think it might be the better play for him to just suicide. Like, he sees the value of Atrocity,
Yeah.
and they should recognize.
He's pushing. He's
He-
pushing.
he
Adams
is
is pushing.
I think
Yeah,
he heard
yeah.
you.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. It's like, normally I have a hard time of getting Adamas to listen to me, but I'm happy it worked this time. It is the right play.
Yeah. So yeah, Adams is just full pushing. It's the correct play. This is their one line to win this game, I think, is for him to just full Sui push into Atrocity, try to break him while Offma tries to outlast, hold the longest.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Risky move for sure, but it's the only way they can maybe win a game.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily have the not necessarily really good odds for them, but I think it gives them the best odds.
Yeah.
I like
He
you
is
say.
shifting. He is
knows,
shifting.
He knows. Yeah.
Very nice read on the game here from Offmadams. I think they've identified their one winning line in this game. We'll have to see if it pays out for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like the shot calling. Like, obviously they struggled a bit in the early game, but now their mid to late game decision making does seem to be on point.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Adams is leaking the no send.
Yeah. I mean, he also, I think, sold, or didn't he?
No, I don't think he
sure.
sold. I think, but he didn't
Yeah,
build
it's so
since
bad,
wave
yeah.
13 for sure.
Yeah. I mean, he does still have like the King Claw, the Bounty Hunter, Big Pixie, stuff like that. In
It's
full
under the
14.
base value, so it makes sense for him to leak no sense.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, especially with these units as well.
Yeah. No, I don't like the scent. The two ramps, like, I know he looks good on paper versus this unit, but you
He has
really
a lot of
wanna
melee
send-
impact damage, right?
You really want to send DPS in a race situation. You don't want to send ram.
Yeah, and also, you can also just send Ghost Knights. Like,
Ghost
the
Knights,
Harpy is doing PS damage, but it's not ability damage, it's still auto attack damage.
The Harpy also takes time to ramp, right? So its DPS is lowest at the start of the wave, which is when the Ghost Knights are alive.
Yeah.
Alright, everything comes down to this. So who can hold the longest? Will it be Atrocity? Will it be Offma? They actually need to win the race by a little bit longer as well, because they are behind in King HP, but let's have a look. The Phoenix on Offma is absolutely giga smurfing here. It's going to shot
the 4-eye
Oh no, the 4-eye takes it down! Oh, if it could have just got one more shot off, it might have survived there for a little while. In the hole leaking 85, Adams leaking everything. Atrocity leaks 75%
enough?
as well. Offma is holding the longest here. Can it be enough? This is going to be a close one, guys. I'm zooming right out. The left side gate opens instantly. The right side not far
But I
behind.
think he got it.
Oh, it's super close.
Oh my god.
Oh no!
What? They got so scammed by the gate.
They did get gate scammed.
They executed it perfectly.
Yeah.
And it really looked like it worked out for them. But yeah, sometimes the gate just doesn't want to open for the enemy team, but yours does.
Yeah, that's rough. Like,
Unlucky.
let's call it fair. Atrocity and Interhole deserved to win this game because they were in the lead basically the entire game, right? Then Ofma and Adams got the perfect read on what they needed to do, with Adams full pushing into this wave 15 send, while Ofma just builds to hold and stall. So I really like the way they played it, but for it to come down to like a bit of gate RNG is kind of soul crushing, honestly, for Ofma and Adams, I have to say.
Yeah, for sure. I want to point out though that I'm not sure if Atrocity just had the read there, but he went for a Needler 4-Rise send to counter the Phoenix, while Ofma could have had like other options that he's shifting for.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, the Needler is very good because you know he has the Ocean
Yeah,
Templar
yeah.
canopies. 4-Eyes is maybe like he had 240 Mythium, and what else do you want to send? I don't know.
I mean, are you implying he didn't get creative there? with
Yeah,
his
like he
send?
could have been a bit more creative, maybe.
I mean, he could have sent a Ghost Knight,
Yeah, or
I
Mimic.
guess, which is not. I mean, it's not necessarily good in the race situation, as Xgod has pointed out. But yeah, sending a 4-Eye into Ocean Templar canopies, I don't think he really went for the 4-Eye thinking that.
Yeah. And it was the 4-Eyes taking down the Phoenix, right? Because if
Precisely.
like it was having perfect split tanking, and if that 4-Eyes hadn't just shredded through its armor, then you know maybe Ofma can stall a little bit longer. Another 1-2 seconds is all it was going to take, right? Because one more volley on the
yeah.
left side and their king is dead.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. So gotta point out that decision there as well. That he had the right read, I would assume.
Yeah.
Yep. But also, like I mentioned, I feel like the double ram it's just not it, because it delays the wave, it doesn't do damage, it tanks the wave.
Yeah.
But in this case, you really want to have something like Shaman Niddler or like Shaman 4-Eye in the wave after, like, you know, that's leaking to the king. So it takes
I
Agreed.
think for
That's 1
sure,
second.
like a Shaman instead of the second ram, right? I think one ram is fine, but you're right, you definitely need some kind of damage to try and speed up the leak. So swapping one ram for a Shaman just seems like common sense to me. I mean, the Ogre's fine. It probably dies very, very quickly, though. I'm not sure.
I mean, it's in the moment here that you can't really just, you know, you just queue up the send and it's like, oh, the wave is over, have to send. So maybe like not allowed the decision time there to be had.
Yeah.
But regardless, a very close game. We'll see if they can hold it back on in game 2.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I think we're missing someone. in
Oh
the
yeah.
cast.
Still
Someone's
looking
being
through the...
particularly slow and passive in joining this lobby, it seems.
Well, Penny, I mean, someone might have already told you before, but not everything is a race. It's not always good to be the first to arrive.
I couldn't possibly comment.
All right. I am there and ready.
Okay, so we have a 1-0 lead then for the side of the Chaos Chemists. Will Atrocity and Indishmol make it through to the finals, or can Ofma Dams bring the series back to a tie? Here we have game number 2, where everything to play for. Ofma and Adams cannot afford to lose this one if they want to stay in the competition. So let's see what happens as we go into game number 2.
I'm calling Adamus going for Chaos. Going back... Oh yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Going back to the comfort.
Yeah, Ofma on
I like
Cartel
it.
as well. That's a bit of a juicer. I mean, Ofma has a nuts late game role. He has Steed, he has Boar, he has Halo. That is insanely strong in the late game.
Pyro.
Oh, and Pyro, of course, yeah. If you have 7 of those, you one-shot wave 18.
I mean, look what else he has in his role.
Archer, Sorcerer Archer. I mean, that's one of my favorites.
Yeah, but he also has the Banker.
For the tribe.
For the tribe. It's one of my better performing units, Penny pointed out
It's
to
your
me.
best performing unit. You've got some like 80% win rate with the bigwig, man.
Yeah, I remember showing it off to Xgod in a
Hmm.
game with Magician.
Yeah, I really wanted
I
to ask
remember
about
that one too.
because
You must just have some sort of affinity with those units, man. I don't understand. But we also see
Yeah.
Atrocity going for the banker start here as well.
Oh yeah, In the Hole was telling me that he thinks it's incredibly strong. He really likes it, and I also think it's quite strong. I think
Yeah.
people are underestimating it. I do like to see it here in the Nova Cup.
Unfortunately,
there you go.
Enderhole doesn't have the banker himself because, like you say, he does favour that unit. He thinks it's very strong, and at least his wig is big, if nothing else.
That
But
is
this
true.
is kind of weird. Why would you add all these units?
Yeah, I'm not sure because the banker actually solo holds.
I guess
I guess he was afraid of a snail because
they think
I
they're going to be
don't
Fiesta
know.
or something, playing around the Fiesta mind games in game number 2.
Yeah, maybe.
Seems a little bit odd because now he just has these units instead of like a normal tier 3 to tank.
He doesn't have a tier 3 though. Like, what's he adding otherwise?
Yeah.
Because now he's going for the Steed next, I guess, and for value on 4.
Yeah, just like I'm not a big fan of like the setup.
Yeah. I understand. It's just like if you look at his role, it is kind of difficult to get through the early game.
Yeah.
Sure.
He's got very nice positioning actually for this split tanking. Look at this. I mean, I know he's not under any threat, but still, good positioning there from Offmer.
Yeah.
Alright, we do have income sends coming out from all 4 players. Will we see a banker go down or not? Offmer, not great on this wave, but he is on value, so also only receiving a snail. I think he's going to be fine.
Yeah, I mean, Atrocity is. Oh, he just added another Aqua and sold it. He's actually not looking too hot here.
No,
adding
he's
the
only
consort.
getting a DT though, so.
You know when he's not looking great again? Wave 4.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, his only answer to wave 4 can be value.
Juicy aggro there for Offmer, so his banker does stay alive. Same with Atrocity though. I think if he added the snail, we might have got a banker kill here on Atrocity.
Maybe.
Maybe him. And we see Adams is holding the scary Lizard Send as well, so nobody leaking here on wave 3. And everybody resending apart from Offmer, going for a bit of try-harding there against Atrocity, probably trying to kill that banker at some point in the game.
Yeah, it's crazy how he.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
It's crazy how he held the lizard, even though the lizard was buffed after the long phase of the dragon turtles dominating over lizards.
You know, I was gonna say this exactly, but after the nerf to the mercenary, lizard has less HP than before the buff, so that's why he held the lizard instead of leaking it.
Yeah.
Oh, crazy that you point that
Remember
out.
when they nerfed all the mercenaries? And
Oh yeah. I thought that was a fever dream I had, but yeah. I do remember it. So that was actually real life. That's what you're
Yep.
telling me.
Yep. And before the lizard has 320 HP, now it has 290. So
It's true. The jewels giveth and the jewels taketh away. Oh, here's some
that's that day to be a lizard.
here's some new and improved lizards though. The Roberts coming out against Atrocity. Atrocity is Giga on value, 525 value wave 5, but his build also looks kind of garbage, honestly, for wave 5.
Superb commentary. Yeah, he is giga on value, but his build also looks garbage. I mean, I wouldn't underestimate the big wig.
Yeah, it's a lot of natural HP, right? Nearly 1.8k HP. The Roberts are going to one-shot these consorts, though.
Yeah, and the consort passive is not.
Oh, nice! Look,
What?
Atrocity sniping one of the Roberts there. So the same
Wow.
Robert that killed the...
I just wanted to say the consort passive is not one-shotting the Robo,
No, but
but
with the
he
buzz
has
behind
two
it.
more buzzes.
Yeah.
And
He still leaks, he still leaks.
yep.
Yeah.
Into hole
leaks
leaks
as
as
well.
well. Offmer pro leaks to his lizard over there. But that means his banker died as well, right? So there is something to consider. But Chaos Chemist taking some decent king damage, actually, with all of these Roberts on the king, going down to 87%. And we have an early first blood going to the side of Offmerdams.
That's
Yeah,
just
but if you want me to
crazy.
choose having a big wig die or a banker die, I mean, you know what's the obvious answer.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. It's just crazy. Both of them leaked quite small, 19 and 39%. But Power Mercenaries just do so much damage in the early
Wait,
game.
how does the banker still have full mana? What happened?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
Does small banker lose less mana when it dies? Maybe.
Yeah, but he's
Professional
okay. Now
casters.
it's back to half mana. What?
Oh, for me it had half mana. I think.
Hey.
How much mana does the normal banker
Small
have?
banker caps
6?
out at 6 mana, right? So let's say it was
Yeah.
at 6 and then it lost and went down to 4.4, which is what he has now when he
Yep.
upgraded it. Yeah, that must be what happened. Don't worry, guys, we're all
That it
professionals
has
here.
full mana, so- Yeah.
There's no way
Yeah.
for us to see how much banker gold has been generated, is there?
I
No, you
do
can't.
not.
Well, not
think
from the
so.
spectator, I think.
Ah, that's a shame. Would be nice to
Yep.
keep track of who has the most banker gold, but I think
Yeah.
Offmer is leading in that regard.
Yeah, I think Offma's banking.
Oh, he's banking. As a certified bigwig main, Green, do you approve of the way that Offmer is playing this game?
Well, there's been a lot of on-value chilling and one on-value leak, so I'm not the biggest fan. But I think overall he's doing all right.
Two of these melee mercenaries getting sniped exactly as soon as expected in lane 3 for Adams, and that does mean he's doing very well. He's still going to leak, but he did clear most of the wave and 2 of the 3 brutes. That should mean that Offmer is able to cover in the mid without losing his bigwig. Doesn't have much left, but I think he's going to be fine.
Yeah, he should be fine. It's kind of unfortunate the Wanderer is the last unit alive. That's not what you want to see.
No.
You kind of want to have your gun alive last. I think he would have done better if it simply was higher. But yeah, it's not the worst league.
No, it's not. I mean, that was a big send against the Dams. He got triple bruited, and he leaked, what, 41%? I think he's perfectly fine with that, honestly. Atrocity
Oh, yeah.
taking the -9 there in terms of his income. And Adams is saving up a decent chunk of Mythium himself to go for, what do you think, it's going to be wave 9 against Interhole? Maybe not now that he shows the double Windhawk.
Maybe wave 10 now.
Yeah, I would
maybe
also think
second
it's
time.
wave 10, especially with the scent that they're receiving.
Adams is inting his gun here on wave 8, so we'll have to see if he suffers because of that. It looks like he will go for a bit of a leak.
He will. He will.
And maybe this time Offmer's bigwig is Livent. Yeah, he's actually
Well,
killing it
not-
himself.
Yeah, that's kind
I
of
was
the
gonna
issue.
say,
Having
You
so
can't
many
kill your
ranged
teammate's
units.
bigwig if he kills the bigwig himself. You know?
Well, at least now Adams doesn't have to feel so bad about killing his teammate's bigwig because Offmer killed it all by
Yeah.
himself.
Yeah, well, you were asking what I think about the big quick gameplay, Penny. I realized I refute my statement. I don't think it's up to the level of the standard of the tribe.
No. Okay, fair enough.
Too many ranged units
Just-
mixed in with it so early.
Obviously not that great of a unit when played in the hands of a Goyim, I guess.
That's very true, my friend.
We have Atrocity playing +85. Offmer actually fast and aggressive now, -80. He was overvalued last wave and still lost his bigwig, by the way, which does kind of hurt.
Yeah, but we have an ogre, but
Yeah, Interhole just looks really good here. He's got the wireless
Yeah,
online,
yeah.
he's got decent tank value with the bucklers, and even a couple of steeds just to pump that wilet full of mana.
yeah, I'm not sure what is the set for because he did show like buckler and ballad already on
Yeah.
with 8. So this is is not gonna work, right?
Isn't like imps or robos
No
just
way.
better?
I mean, the robos are also doing reduced damage to bucklers,
true.
and imps are simply getting sniped.
just
One shot by the
floating.
Violet.
Yeah, I don't like going full here at all. I think he should have just recognized that in the hole is kind of decent here, and right
Yeah.
on 10, and just not starved himself out of the game and went for income.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, a little bit
we can see that's
weird
really hurting
play
the Dams
there.
already, right? He's
Yeah.
bottom power score by
Yeah.
some margin, by the way. Like he's 200 power score behind third place, which is Inder Schmoll.
And he had to
Oh, yeah.
sell these units to get the cannon because he was getting less income from all the mercenary he sent earlier. But that's really bad.
Yep.
Atrocity 320 Mythium here. It's only income king though, so he should be absolutely chilling.
Oh yeah, he's just fine. Oh,
His big wig did live as well there for Offmer, so he's getting it back
Mm-hmm.
to full mana here. He'll get 27 gold now. Let's see. Atrocity, he's on fire though. Like his big
Oh,
wig,
wow.
apart from that one death on wave 5, I think it's just survived every wave. He's getting tons of gold from it. I think it's fair to say that Atrocity is getting the most bank of gold in this game by far now. In the hole, he
Went
has
for
nice
lone
luck.
push.
Tempest and Trinity Archer here. Sorcerer is in the game, but they both snap pick lone. That's interesting.
Yeah, and I think the
They
hole just pushed.
Picked alone and pushed.
Oh, both of
and-
them, yeah. They both picked lone and just pushed 4 workers. Okay, they're going for an aggressive
Well,
play here on wave 12, I
yeah.
guess, but Offmer just shows the great boar here, which might change things a little bit.
No, I think the play it's a good play because they just don't have enough damage. Like you're gonna have a red eyes, but like you don't have damage on this wave.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
is he losing his
Offmar
big wig
is-
again?
The thing is, Offmar is showing bazooka.
Oh,
but
his big wig
he
dies.
He did reroll the bazooka. And sold one of the ones he had built, so he can't opt for
Oh,
Pyros.
we
in
have
the
a big
next
wig
wave.
death here as well for Atrocity, though. His AFK gun coming back to bite him. And here is this big wave 12 send. The lone full push play coming out from the side of the Chaos Chemists. We have Ram and Imps from Atrocity. We have double Ogre Brute from Inder Hole. And how do you think Adams and Offmer are going to fare against this? Like, Adams actually has a very strong build here for 12 with the gun, with the Samurais, with the Wargs as well for tank value. But the Ram is very good against what he has on the board.
Yeah, I don't think he will do good here, and I think Offmar will just do horrible. So he rerolled his
I'd really like to
bazookas.
see him harden here.
Yeah,
He does.
He does.
Okay, that's good. All right, let's have a look then, because we've got 520 for Adams. His gun is tanking too much. Oh no! This is crushing him here. He really inted that Gatling cannon, and he's going to leak massively as a result.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you just can't do
107
that.
for Adams.
And yeah,
Wow.
at
Yeah.
least we get a shutdown here.
Yeah,
to,
in the hole
trade.
leaking against the income there, but Atrocity will cover, so no king damage on the left side. Meanwhile, side Offmer Dams, they're dropping very low to these massive leaks here on 12.
I mean, to be honest, this is FF territory.
Oh,
But
I mean, it's
uh,
not FF territory, they're just dead.
It's just over territory.
Wow. Okay, I mean, I knew they were leaking here. I didn't think they were just going to straight up die on wave 12.
Yeah, the gun dying was like a huge part in it.
Yeah. He just doesn't have melee units close enough on the left-hand side, right? Like, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
He just needs something maybe in front of the Sea Dragon, even a looter, just so that everything doesn't instantly go on the Gatling gun.
Yeah, you just can't take those risks where you wanted to still split tank a lot of the wave when you
Yeah.
can just receive a ram,
Yeah,
because then it's just over.
yeah. That was absolutely brutal there. Adam's Gatling gun just running it down mid, and he just had no damage against a wave as soon as that was gone. So, yeah 107% leak from him, 83% from Offmer. Like, he wasn't far behind, let's be honest. And as a result, they just straight up die here on wave 12. They had 93% HP, guys, and a decent amount of king ops as well.
Oh yeah. True, but the leagues are huge.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. But I mean, like I said, even if they don't just get killed right there, it's pretty much FF territory. They're just too much behind to climb
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
all the deficit.
Yeah. Like, I mean, look at the workers. The lone full
Yeah.
plush play was actually brilliant there from Atrocity and Inderhole. Like, neither of them built anything on Wave 11. In fact, Inderhole, he sold something. Yeah, he did. He sold a bazooka to push another worker. So I really like that aggression. This actually reminds me of you and Ashton, X-God. This is the way that you guys were playing in those early patch games that won you a bunch of Nova Cups back to back. So really well played there from Atrocity and Inderhole. They turned what was a fairly close game into just an easy victory there on Wave 12. Really, really good decision making, very aggressive play, and Giga paid out for them. So now Atrocity and Inderhole are straight through to the grand finals, which is pretty hype.
yeah.
Well played, those guys.
You guys want to
Yeah,
jump
well done.
into the other semis to see what's going on? I believe they're still playing.
Yeah, for sure. So that's
Yep.
King Dans and Widdowson versus the No Fun duo, is that right?
Yep.
Yeah. And it looks like they're 1-0 in the lead. They're currently in game 2. So let's hop into that. We might not see much of this game. They're on wave 14 already.
Oh,
I'm going to spectate King Dans now, and we can have a little look at these guys. Let me just update the scoreboard quickly.
there are huge scents coming out. No style is leaking. Quite a decent bit. No balls as well.
I think
Wither is going for a leak, but King Dance is holding. Yeah, I'm not sure about the King upgrade situation. They barely have any King ups, so
I
they
think
will
No Fun are just
die.
dead here, right?
Yeah, they are dead here, so we can just jump into a fresh new game after this.
Amazing. No, that's a 2-0 for Widdowson and King Dans.
Oh, I see.
So that's very fast semi-finals, actually. Not just both
Yeah.
games being 2-0, but actually both games being pretty quick. Like we had a wave 12 there in the first series and a wave 14 in the King Dans versus No Fun that we just pretty much caught the very end of. But yeah, pretty fast and aggressive games here. We've got King and Widdowson winning on wave 15 in the first game, wave 14 in the second game, and we have, what was it in game 1 with Atrocity? That was a 15 into a 12. So actually, the semi-finals have both been pretty fast games so far.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's pretty interesting stuff. All right, well, I mean, that's the semi-finals, guys. I think we need to give the players a bit of a break before they go into the grand finals. But interesting stuff. Like, do you have any key takeaways from those games? Anything that you want to call out?
Yes, I want to point out that it's only 40 minutes from the beginning of the stream, and we're already in the grand finals.
Yeah, that's...
Yep.
But wait, some like a wise man once told me that every game is going to wave 21 in the current patch.
That was I'm not sure who said that. But,
A wise
that's an
man,
interesting
a
pick.
smart man once told me.
Penny.
But
Well,
it's weird. It's almost like if you don't play with auto send plus 200 every wave, it's possible to end games sooner? Huh.
yeah. I mean, there might have been a perception issue going on.
Perception issue. I mean, these semi-finalists certainly seem to be sending creatively. I've got to give them that much.
Oh, for sure. I just saw a Ram on 12 and Ogres on 12. I don't think I've ever seen that before because normally people only go for ranged sends there.
Yep.
So yeah, that was fairly creative.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really looking forward to see a player sending on 12 against Doppelganger Butcher with a lifesteal aura and going for the mole and Octobrute strategy. It's going to be fairly creative and hopefully will result in that player getting banned.
Yeah, well, they can send imps as well, right? Because imps are going to chew through the head chef with their magic damage, and if the nightmare attacks them, it's over because they've got plus 30 HP now.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely right. That's genius. Yeah. So I'm very much looking forward for the players to get a little bit more creative. Wink, wink.
Okay, well, guys, I think we do need to give the players a bit of a 10-minute break before we get into the grand finals, but don't go anywhere because we will be right back with an exciting grand final game. And on that note, guys, yeah, we will see you back here shortly.
You're on my turf.
All right, welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Those were some very quick semi-finals here in the April Nova Cup, but hopefully the grand finals are going to give us at least a little bit more content, right? We'd love to see 5 games here, guys. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, 2-0 means we're gonna get a 5-game grand finals, right?
It has to be. It has to be. And those were some, there were some pretty exciting semi-finals, right? They were very fast, very aggressive. We saw that. I really like the lone full push play there in game number 2 from Atrocity and Indishmol. Like, that was very nice game plan, and it just paid off perfectly for them. Again, I didn't actually expect Adams and Offma to straight up die there, but yeah, the sends were massive, the leaks were huge, and the king was Gigadedge.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, probably Adamas gun simply decided to walk up
Yeah.
because that's not a bug, it's a feature.
Yeah. I was actually ready to give him the benefit of the doubt and think it was one of those like ranged unit bugs where your Azaria just runs into the middle of the lane because she's got a death wish. But
that
as
must
far
have
as I know,
happened
like
with
last
the
time I
gun.
checked, Gatling cannon can't move, so I don't think that happened
They
there.
just they cannot move. They're just there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I assume that Adams' Gatling cannon was just bugged, and it did go for a rundown mid.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I also didn't expect for them. Yeah.
They were 93% HP, and they had like king upgrades as well. But they just leaked way too much. It was over 100% on Adams, and Offma was not far behind. So yeah, that was good play, rewarded there for Atrocity and Interhole. We'll have to see how they're going to fare in the grand finals, because their next opponents might give them a bit more of a tough matchup. It's none other than King Dans and Widdowson, the team of Abrasier. What do you think about this matchup, guys?
Well, King Dance, Widdowson, one of the most experienced and one of the best teams. But we've seen some really good play coming out from Atrocity and Interhole today, so really interesting to see if the new blood can pull up some upset versus the veterans in this best of 5 grand finals.
Yep. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I also think King Schwanz and Interson are the more experienced team, but the playstyle is very much different from Atrocity and Indishmol. Like, I think they're rather gonna try to outlast them, while probably more often than not, Indishmol and Atrocity are gonna go for the more proactive plays.
Yeah.
And if that is how it's gonna play out, I could see them being able to give King Schwanz and Interson a hard time.
Yeah.
So
That's what you can't
I feel
do
like
that, right? Like if you're just being passive, if you're just sat there, like you say,
Yeah.
trying to outlast or something, then I mean, sure, it's a game plan, but you're letting Atrocity and Indishmol just dictate the pace of the game, then, aren't you? Like
precisely.
you're
That's why
reacting.
I definitely prefer to be fast and aggressive over
Yeah.
slow and steady.
Yeah. Although slow and steady, I've heard feedback from that it can work sometimes, But we'll have to see.
Yeah.
We'll have to see which way it goes.
Yeah, the elderly were telling you it works fine. Yeah,
But
I
with
see.
other games ending on 15 or even earlier on the semifinals, I think I actually prefer, like I would give a little bit of better odds for Atrocity and Interhole.
Yeah.
And maybe see if they can do more early game and mid game shenanigans
Mhm.
against King Dance and Witherson.
Yeah. I mean, that's certainly the way they played the semi-final there against Off Madams, right? So they definitely like the early game aggression. They really went in for a very all-in committal play there on wave 12. And yeah, I think plays like that, they're maybe unexpected, catch your opponents off guard. And King Dans and Witherson, they're very strong opponents, but they're not invincible, right? And I think
Yeah.
this kind of unpredictable, sneaky behaviour from Atrocity and Interhole might just let them win out. And I would love to see new winners. I think we've had a different team winning every month so far this year, so it would be pretty cool if Atrocity and Interhole can keep that trend going. But guys, we are running out of time. The players are keen to get into the action. Here we go with game number 1. It is Witherson and King Dans on the left versus Atrocity and In the Hole on the right. Game number 1 of this Nova Cup Grand Finals. Let's go.
Yeah, I think it's kind of normal for the winners to be changing more often now that the direction of the game is less about skill. So not too surprised about that.
Yeah, so more elements of randomness and RNG just introduced.
Yeah, it's kind of more. Oh, big green devil. Oh wow. Oh my god, all the colors. Oh, it's shiny. It's wow. Yeah, to kind of go more for that instead of like a game where you want to use your brain. I guess then it's more of a roulette.
Speaking of randomness, we have the double chaos here in game number 1 for the side of Atrocity and Inder Schmoll. And before I get any comments about the scoreboard in chat, it will update automatically at the start of the next wave, so apologies for that. Meanwhile, we have a lock-in Megamind there from King Schwanz and Witherson with the YOLO. Not the best YOLO roll, actually. His early game might be a bit shaky unless he decides to re-roll pretty early.
Yeah, not the worst. I have a. You're gonna start Shroom and Angler, but yeah, that's what I thought.
And he's going for the column 2 Angler, actually wanting it to tank, I guess. Oh, he's Giga overbuilding as well.
Oh wow, that's weird.
Maybe he's expecting a snail or something, because this will, like, these 2 units could leak to a snail if there's no added unit.
Yeah, because the Angler is ranged now, right? So.
Oh yeah, true.
So the Shroom just tanks everything and dies?
Yeah, it's not off tanking. That's crazy.
We have very slow waves here with the Pirate opening from Atrocity, and that kind of favours because they do have a worker lead. Now, it's only 4 workers for Inder Schmoll, but he has the Pack Rat as well, so he has more resources than it looks.
That's true.
Like, you kind of, this is the unit you don't want to roll onto when you have to add it here too.
It's not
I don't
good.
know, it just feels bad to add this thing in the splits.
Yeah, because the first body dies and then like everything goes left anyway.
Yeah, and the gold to HP ratio on this thing is terrible as a tank unit.
Yeah. Now, Atrocity, he did get snailed here, so Witherson going for the post-income snail. It will leak him. I don't know how much of a leak it is now. The Pirate Skeleton has been nerfed a little bit. I think it used to be like 1 creep, but maybe
I think it's 3 now.
25%.
Yeah.
25%.
There's 1 more? Does kill 1 more.
I mean, it's beneficial if you want a long wave. Like the leak in of itself is not really punishing.
Yeah.
But since there is a pack rat on the other side, the long wave is quite.
Well, there's a pack rat on both sides, so it's like whatever.
Yeah, King Dans is doing the same thing. Yeah.
True.
Alright, we see 3 players taking their income here with snails, dragon turtles, etc. But Inder Schmoll, he is saving his Mythium, which is not really a surprise because Witherson just looks absolutely garbage on 4. This Tempest won't help him too much either. Although it does help at least against a Dino, right? Which is what you really want to send against Bounty Hunters and Shrooms.
Yeah. It's helping him against any melee sand.
Now, Indashmol should be fine here against the DT Send. He is the lowest value around here. Kingdans, he's doing okay as well. Look, there's a king up here. If this was a third snail, we might have seen a decent leak from Kingdans here.
Yeah, possibly. You don't
They
really...
changed it so Skywalk one-shots the wave now, 3.
Well, it's stacking damage now.
Yeah, so he adds damage and HP.
Yep.
So at
Instead of
some
having,
point
like,
he gets
a-
strong enough to one-shot the wave. Oh, we do have a double Robert Send coming out here from In the Hole against Widdowson, wave 4. So he goes Robo Snail, and then he gets enough time for another Robo post income. Widdowson not looking great here.
Oh, his gold is horrible.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be 400 value. But let's see, this is still 100 Send, and his build is not great here.
Yeah.
Yeah, mostly trash unit, so...
The
Yep,
Shroom is tanking
pretty
the
much.
double Robert so far, though, and the Bazookas are tanking the wave forever. But yeah, he can't hold here, but he's actually doing fine.
He's doing
I mean,
surprisingly
we're
well.
400 value on 4, you can't be that bad, right?
That's
Yeah.
completely fine. He leaks 29% there to a full tryhard Send. The double Robo, the Snail, I mean, sure, he's super high value, but I think he's okay with the way that one went.
Oh,
Yeah,
definitely.
my concern is he's gonna have some weak waves in the next couple waves, because the way he builds on 4, so we'll see how he adjusts to that.
Yeah. Now, worth pointing out that Widdowson did go for the tech of getting his angler killed on wave 3, and then again on wave 4, so he doesn't feel the pressure to upgrade it to a bounty hunter. He can still farm a couple more stacks with this little guy.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to upgrade it next either.
No, I don't think he wants to upgrade it next, no. Alright, there is 100 Send, but it's only Dino King up, sorry, so Kingdans, he should be pretty fine again here on wave 5, where maybe he was weak otherwise. You know, he's got that Sea Dragon, but the combo, particularly with the Green Devil, very, very strong. Going back to Green's impression earlier, Kingdans certainly having fun in here with his combo of healing and damage reduction.
Oh yeah, it's probably
Yeah.
the most fun he ever had playing Legion, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, he would have been slightly in trouble on 6, but he could have also just decided to not hunt.
Yeah,
And he rerolls the Gate Guard anyway, so yeah.
What a beast.
Yeah, very skilled.
Okay, so there's one try-hard Send coming out here, and it's against In the Hole. We have a Brute and a Robert. In the Hole, not looking incredible here. He's got Pack Rat, which is infinite impact damage, but other than that, doesn't really have any units on his board other than like a smattering of tier 1s, just...
Which is not bad on wave 6, honestly.
True,
It's
true.
rather bad in general. But
Does
on
counter
wave
the
6, yeah.
But
counters
he's
the
got
passive.
AoE damage, so all of his
Oh.
single target units attacking separate creeps.
He copied one of your builds, it seems.
Yeah, what a beast.
Yeah.
Does he kill this one? He does not. No, that's a 55%
Oh,
leak there.
that's actually... It must be one of your builds.
Oh, it's my lane aggro for sure. That's undeniable, I think.
this is the Pennywise copyrighty
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah. I think
This is how your lane always looks like.
true. Okay, Widdowson and Kingdans, they are taking a lead. If we look up here at the Jules win chance indicator, he's giving 58% for the side of Abraceat. Interesting, but we'll have to see how that one pans out. We do have a slight income advantage on the side of In the Hole and
Yeah,
Atrocity.
but does it really feel like 60-40? I don't know.
Yeah, I
Yes,
don't know.
I
It feels pretty close, and with the double chaos as well, they do have, you know, potentially unlimited scaling into the late game.
Yeah, King Dance has War Millennium,
Yeah.
which is quite a
bad.
good top end.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. And Winnison, he has Gates with Hero as well, right? So he doesn't really have any synergy inside his role, other than maybe the Tempest Hades, but I don't love that combo at the moment. But, you know, Halo and Gates Hero and Gates is a pretty good combo in its own right.
Yeah, you
That's
know what?
true.
Maybe they should make the Hades also flying, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Yeah, I'm not sure if the model looks quite right though. You gotta like make sure the visuals are in check. You know?
yeah. Now, Atrocity is, of course, literally unleakable here on Wave 8.
But there is a mole, and
Yeah, I mean, the mole is,
Yeah,
is not doing
but like
anything.
the Skelly literally can't die.
Literally can't die.
Literally can't die. Oh, but the mole! It's assassinating the banker.
Oh! I mean, it literally
How did
can't
this
die.
happen?
That's a hate crime in my book. My God.
But meanwhile, like,
Okay.
it literally can't die.
Yeah, it literally can't die. There simply is no way. And he will
Meanwhile,
easily
we've
hold.
Wal-
And
into Waldo
cover.
over there in lane 4.
yep, and he will cover
Yep.
Waldo's leak.
Atrocity taking a page out of my book, always covering for his teammates leak in mid.
Cover-wise, leak K.
Alright, Interhole is going for a brute send here, but surely Widdowson gets his kingpin. He doesn't have the gold, actually. He'd have to sell
No.
for it.
But if he,
Is this
But
getting
he's on
spicy?
value, I
Like, is
think
Interson
so.
actually living up to
Yeah.
his name? Because King Downs is getting a massive send here, and Interson doesn't have either the kingpin or the gate that we see in his role.
I think King is just fine.
King
But-
has double Harbinger, yeah. He's kind of chilling.
Yeah. And he's on value.
Yeah, maybe Widdowson is the only person leaking, actually, because his build is garbage here.
Yeah. I mean, the Tempests are.
Oh, and the
All
melee
right.
mercenary...
Yep, the melee mercenaries consistently not getting sniped. Yeah, we love to see it. I mean, the Canopy is surviving and the Bruce is sniped. He's
Yeah,
just
it's
easily
a hold
holding
from-
with
from
plus
Winnison.
15 value.
Yeah.
Absolute
Kingdoms... I mean, he still has a
risk-taker.
whole Harbinger alive. I mean, it is... Oh, it nearly
he's
got a summon off.
actually leaking though.
yeah, no summon. So
What a
that's gonna be
noob.
leak.
The Harbinger was
Holy.
very, very close to getting that summon off, and then he would have held, I think. But, yeah, 42% leak there from the King with double Harbinger on wave 9.
Yo, why didn't the Harbinger just summon another dog? Is this stupid?
Yeah, I think
It
so.
must be.
Like, he would have just held if it summoned.
Yeah.
another.
Yeah,
Should have summoned.
weird, right?
Crazy.
Oh,
So we're-
if you
we're
thought this
starting
thing
to
was
see-
literally unkillable before, he's just rolled an antler.
Yeah.
Wait until that bad boy gets
I-
a white main buff.
I was pointing out, this is we're starting to get some good synergy going on. We're gonna have White Mane on this, White Mane Aura, and we'll have Butcher Gates and all this stuff with Tree of Life. So
And there's a big wig. It's
Yeah.
close to full mana.
I feel like Widdowson and Kingdans might as well just type /FF, right?
Yeah.
Because how can they win if this thing literally can't die?
Yeah, I mean, I guess they need to hope for some pathing issue where they leak in Dashmol for a very
Oh.
big amount.
Meanwhile,
What?
Widdowson, Kingdans, both leaking to Income and King.
Income shamed?
So does Interhole. Actually, he leaks to No Send.
Don't worry, guys. Widdowson's Kingpin Power Spike is coming up for 14 though.
Trust. But this is actually some serious king damage here.
Yeah.
Widdowson's
Yeah,
still not having that
30%.
kingpin. Like, he got
Yep.
away with it on wave 9, but they've just lost 28% HP for fun here on
Yep.
wave 10.
well, it's more like 30%. 'Cause they had 4 HP, no? Now they have 70.
Yes, that is 28% X-God.
Yeah.
100 minus.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
no.
thank
It's
you.
more like 30, Penny.
Okay.
Didn't you hear?
Well, you gotta run it up, right? Like 28%, we'll call it 30, you know? Like, you know, you're
Yeah.
someone 28 years old, they're 30, you know? It's,
Yep.
it's
Indeed.
scary
Penny,
there.
we are not in the supermarket where you go, it costs $9.99. Or
Ah.
it costs 10.
We round. Okay, we rounding, boys. We rounding. Speaking of which,
That's
Jules
us.
is giving an exactly 50-50 chance to both sides.
That's 47! you can't just do that!
My god, Penny. What
Full
an
ping
amateur.
upgrades here from Interhole. So Widdowson He's able to push pretty hard now. King and Wither, they have some serious amount of Mythium stored, by the way. There's 400 on both players. When do they want to send? King Downs is even leaking against Dino King up to, or oh no, sorry, he's got a million dogs alive. He's chilling.
I mean, I would think, yeah, they're going now.
They go now, okay.
Abusing the Kingpin power spike. He's gonna get it on the 12th wave.
Oh, and he does. Wow.
And he does, yeah.
And because he upgraded it so late, it's full mana as well.
Yeah, that is. I would say that's like abusing the game mechanics, you know.
Oh,
he's
how
just printing value. That's just
Should
not
be
fair.
Reported.
Yeah.
Should be reported and banned.
So I do expect some leaks here on the side of Atrocity and Indishmol.
Oh no, he blundered. He upgraded the White Man, but he delayed it and he cancelled and he got the.
Oh, he is hardening though. He is hardening. So a bit of a weird like splitting his odds there to build the Fire Lord and.
Yeah, the Fire Lord just ran down.
I would say that's a blunder because he did build the White Mane and then he refounded it.
Yeah. And if he had the White Mane, like the Scallywag is just literally never going to die. But meanwhile, we have Indahol 133% leaking, and we have a Atrocity. I mean, is this bugged? Like, where's his Scallywag?
Yeah, I mean, it literally can't die though.
Literally can't die. They have got full King though, so 100% HP, full attack, full spell upgrade. I don't think we're going to see a repeat of the previous game where they just one-shot them on 12. But it's serious damage here, dropping down to 32% on the side of the Chaos Chemist. Now Abracete are comfortably in the lead, I think it's fair to say.
And we were saying that Atrocity and Nashmal were gonna go for the more proactive plays, but the players are proving us wrong.
Yeah.
Like, it's the caster's curse.
Yeah, they're kind of being driven,
really...
right? King and Widder are just playing the game the way they want to.
Yeah.
And now this early wave leads just squandered because now the game it's probably even in Wither and King's favor because they have more King HP and more workers. So.
Yeah, for sure. So when do you guys think the next thing is gonna happen? What wave are we looking at for either side?
I could maybe see... I don't know, like it probably looks like 16, right? But then Widdowson... Like, they don't know he's rolled away the Bazooka. So if you want to go for a 16 send when someone is showing Bazooka on the field, then you just expect them to have Pyros, right? But we know he's rolled it away, so maybe 16 could work?
Yeah, but I mean, Hades with Leviathan is also so strong on 16. And he's gonna get the egg.
I think they're gonna send 15, because Indahol is already 300 under, and if
he's full pushing, okay.
Yeah.
Well, he's not full pushing, he's just like very undervalued.
Oh, he's just out of the game, right? Yeah, my bad.
He is kind of out, yeah.
So if they don't send, they're gonna be like maybe 500, 600 in value, and that's just...
But I honestly feel like it's easier to send 15 against Hades instead of 16.
Like,
because...
I don't know what is happening. His backline is getting sniped everywhere. Like the Goblin Copter and the Big Wig just died again.
Yeah, he's kind of hinting himself with this Goblin Copter kite, right?
Yeah.
Like a really long kite there.
And they don't send.
Well, we do have the big 15 send coming out from Widdowson and King Schwanz. Atrocity and Indahol, they don't seem to sniff it coming, though. They are saving their Mythium here.
Yeah, but I'm not sure what they're looking.
Okay, maybe they know the send is coming, but they just want to take the risk, because if they send
they feel like they're behind enough that they just have to play it risky. I can see that, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Widdowson's never leaking with this build, right? It's just...
Yeah.
And Atrocity maybe thinks he has decent odds of just being fine.
He is hardening. He does have a Phoenix. We'll have to see.
Yeah, he's not that under.
There is no Four Eyes in Widdowson's lane.
Oh, look at that!
That's
the Phoenix
really
instantly just takes everything.
It just Giga ran it down.
New and improved.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's super, super rough for Atrocity. The Phoenix just tanked everything, died immediately, and as a result, he's leaking massively.
He simply has no melee units in the split. Like, the Madman is
Yeah.
so low. Like all the units that he has up there are ranged. Like, he has the Goblin Copter and the 2 Protons, which is causing horrible aggro for him.
Yeah.
Like, everything's just focusing the Kraken on the right side, and there's nothing walking up enough on the right side. So the Phoenix is just tanking everything.
Yep, and he paid the price. There's a good chance they would have died anyway, right? But
Yeah.
that just
Yeah.
guaranteed it, the way that he placed these Protons over there, just pulling everything to the right, apart from the Phoenix, which just ran it down like there was no tomorrow. It's fair to say, Abracete were ahead anyway, especially after this big
Yeah.
Wave 12 send. They got tons of damage in, and yeah, Interhole and Atrocity were just playing on the back foot from then on. Widdowson and Kingdoms smelling blood, going for this 15 send, but yeah,
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Abracete.
Abracete.
Yeah. I think that's how you pronounce their name.
You have to whisper it, right?
Well, no, you just say it. Like the way King Dance would, you know?
I see. It's a good King Dan's impression, to be fair. So we've
Yeah, thank
seen YOLO and Megamind taken out of the pool there by Winnison and King Dans, which is pretty good for them, honestly, because those are two obviously very high variance mastermind options. YOLO in particular, a good one to get out of the way early, because you can afford to drop a game with a bad roll when it's the first game of a best of 5. But the fact that they win with those two masterminds straight up is really, really good for them, I think.
Impressive.
They can now go back to some more reliable masterminds in the next games of the series, and I think they're actually in a very favoured position already.
Oh yeah, I do agree. Getting YOLO out and getting Megamind out, even though you fully random roll to lock in once again,
Yep.
is pretty good for them. It's
Yeah.
pretty impressive.
Yeah, for sure. And that was Atrocity and Indishmol both on their favoured Mastermind of Chaos, by the way. And they just got manhandled by King and Widder.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's also a lot of variants, right? Like looking at Indishmol's build, it's that really not looking too hot
Yeah.
with what he has rolled there.
Like his Wave 6, he just had a bunch of random crap on the board, right? Like he did pretty
Yeah.
well there, but his board just looked terrible by Wave 6. So he must have had some pretty rough Chaos rolls in the first 5 or 6 waves.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But yeah. So what do you think then? What do Atrocity and Interhole need to mix up in their game plan as we go into game number 2?
Be more aggressive.
And be more fast.
Yeah, faster.
You heard it here first, guys. Fast and
Be
aggressive.
more fast.
Yeah. We have got a 1-0 lead then for Abracete as we go into the second game of the series. It's not quite match point yet, though. This is a best of 5, remember. But I really, really like the fact, actually, that YOLO and Megamind were the winning masterminds there for Abracete, because they still have all of their strongest choices still to pick from.
Oh yeah, that's kind of a flex by them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still hoping for the full 5 games though, so really cheering for Indishmol and Atrocity to step up the game now.
I mean, to be fair to them, the game was very close up until that Wave 12. Like, they weren't...
Yeah.
It's not like they were getting stomped. They were...
It was really close until it wasn't.
Yeah.
I do agree with you there, Penny.
Thank you, Green. Thank you. I knew I could count on you.
That is the wise words from the wise
Go
man.
girl.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, guys. On that absolute bombshell. Oh, actually, it looks like Shadow is giving us a bit more time to talk. So, in case anyone doesn't know, Shadow is going for a French language stream of the grand final. So, if we have any Français in the chat, maybe you could pop over and say bonjour to Mr. Shadow. Pretty cool that he wants to do a bilingual stream. That's interesting. And he's finally loaded into the game. So, guys, without further ado, Abracete, they do have a 1-0 advantage. Game number 2. Let's go.
Pennywise, you can't tell the French viewers to retreat from our stream to watch Shadowwings. I don't think that's really fair.
No, sorry, that is my
I mean,
bad.
I would prefer them to stay and enjoy the show.
Yeah. Agreed. All right,
All
we
right.
have King snap picking Chaos, so deciding to go for some nice luck of his own, and Atrocity is on Greed, while Indishmol goes for the Cartel pickup. He's got a bit of an interesting role there, though.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
kind of rough.
Yeah.
But
What
I
kind
mean,
of
he does have
weird-
protons.
Yeah, so, like,
you,
literally
you
no
as
weak
an
waves.
expert X-God, like having Atom should just make any role playable, right?
Yeah, that's true, but
Mhm.
not if you start this on the second column.
Yeah, it's even half tile, so it's literally one of the worst builds I have seen.
Yeah.
We have another.
Another banker. We've seen
Banker?
so many bankers so far in Nova.
Mhm. And yeah, no balls going for this. And Yuzora with the chaos.
But
In case you don't, in
You know
case
why
don't
he
know,
does this,
this
right? The
game-
banker can leak to no send now. And I think it quite regularly leaks to no send
Oh,
since
really?
the pathing change.
What?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I think it normally leaks to no send now. It can still hold. I guess there's a bit of nice luck involved, but I think it normally leaks no send now.
Good that you mentioned that. I would have simply opened banker.
Just
Any
be
ad.
lucky, forehead.
Oh yeah, true. How's that working out for you normally?
Very poorly.
Yeah. Likewise. So I think that's not gonna be the strategy that I will be going for.
I wonder if Atrocity decides to go for the snail against Winnerson here in lane 1. I don't think Winnerson is going to add a poly, so he would be rewarded, but Atrocity deciding to save his Mythium for now.
Yeah, I mean, I also think it's not worth that. Like, you don't really care about that leak normally. He's receiving the king up.
Yeah, I think the king up is fine. Like, you know he's going to have the Scallywag next wave, which means he's literally unleakable for,
Yep.
until wave 6 or something.
Yep.
And we see that Pilgrim in his role as well, so, like, he is literally unleakable.
That is true.
Now, Lizard and Snail, players just going for their income. Atrocity leaking the no send. I don't know if that's good when you're playing Banker. I'm not sure.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Just ask Green Spirit. Think you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do not think it's great. I don't think it's as bad as people might think, because it still has very few mana, so that the impact is not huge. But yeah.
But it's
You-
every
you ju-
wave as well, right? Like, it's not just this wave where he loses the gold. He's now going to be losing an extra, 1 or 2 gold for the next few waves while it catches back
Yeah.
up.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah, no, I want you to click on this unit and read his ability's name. What does it say? Tell me.
the bankers.
No, it says compound. Compound.
Yeah.
unit.
Compound
No,
interest.
Compound interest.
Yes, what does compound mean?
This is getting far too difficult. We don't have Dr. Julian on the cast with us
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, I think we need a doctor for that.
Anyone with a PhD in the chat?
Julian, hello?
Yeah, it is accumulating and getting bigger every wave.
That
Like-
is
like-
what she said.
Yeah.
Alright, we have more income sends coming out from Widdowson and Kingdance. They're only 40 sends though, so not really expecting to get any damage done. Atrocity is minus 25, and these units are pretty bad on 4, but he's going to be just fine.
Yeah, I think value is strong.
Yeah.
And look at this, very smartly just overbuilding because you know a lot of his value is shit.
The banker.
It is close.
Oh! 2 HP on the banker. That's a
Calculated.
juicer. Perfectly calculated play here. Oh, wrong one. I meant to go for the Giga Chad.
Very good. Very good. Alright. What is he gonna go for? He simply is a tier 1 tamer.
Yeah, I mean this is good unit on 5 and on 6.
Oh, I know you love your tier 1/6 god. You you wouldn't care about having like 4 veterans in your build on wave 8.
David, Adam, Skeleton, Holly, Veteran.
Oh, let's see if the
all of
banker
it.
can survive the onslaught of the Scorpion on 5. It looks easy with the Seraphim to back him up.
He makes it look easy.
Wah. But wait,
For
can
sure.
it survive round 2?
I do not believe it can. He will hold though.
Can Seraphim hold him?
Unless
Seraphim pulling
It's not
one
enough.
more, the banker would have survived, but no,
yeah.
not to be. And this actually hurts because AA Atrocity wants to upgrade his bigwig here on wave 6.
Yep. That hurts very much.
Yeah. So there we go.
Ah,
Now we have the 3 mana
anyway.
bigwig instead of 6 mana.
Mm.
So there's a couple of positioning mistakes actually costing Atrocity more than we might have thought after that first one, right? Because, yeah.
Yeah. For sure. For sure.
But now at least he fixed the split, so it's gonna be equal.
Yeah, it's
but
going to survive
I-
here when he's plus 75 value.
I do see a very big weakness on wave 8 though so far.
Yeah.
But Witherson is quite undervalued, so I don't know if he can skip 7.
I mean, Widdowson just wants to send a Mimic into this Slime Siren, right? But Indishmol just picked the Mudman here on wave 6, so he's going to be pretty strong against a Mimic. Maybe now Widdowson decides to go for the wave 8 GK or something.
So that is a good preemptive play, but now do they just skip or?
No, he does go for the wave 6. I think he could have afforded to skip here because, again, with the Spectral Scallywag, he's literally unkillable on wave 7.
Or in general.
Or in general, yeah. No Mimic is
But if-
pretty sad when he has this many blobs on the field, right?
Yeah, but if he doesn't send, he couldn't afford the Nightmare, and he has like no damage, so that's why he sent.
That's fair, that's fair.
Like, I mean, this unit is gonna live forever, but like he has no damage to kill
Yeah.
the wave if there is a send on his board.
Meanwhile, King Downs is only income sending into Atrocity, knowing that he's going to be overvalue. So Atrocity at least should be comfortably able to hold here. His bigwig tank's basically nothing. And we do have a hardened Mudman here from In the Hole, who did go for the second Slime Siren as well, rewarded for not receiving a Mimic here from Winnison.
If
Oh,
he
yeah.
holds while being 200 under,
Oh, I
would
think
be
he's-
best.
I think he's gonna be just fine. Like the atom is still stacking, and both
Yeah.
Slime Sirens got full mana, and now he's targeting them all.
He's just
Can
chilling.
he get it?
He's minus
This-
180
this-
and he's
this-
full holding, and
this-
this is entirely because Widdowson didn't send a Mimic. This is a
This is
200
huge.
send.
Yeah, he got worried after seeing the Mudman.
Yeah.
He didn't want to send a Mimic into 2 hardened Mudmans, I
Yeah,
guess.
I mean,
Which
that
is
makes
fair.
sense, right? But in the hole, he did take a risk there with the second Slime Siren. He was playing around not receiving a Mimic, and he didn't, and he got massively rewarded for that.
Yeah, for sure.
And now we have a big counterattack coming out from the Chaos Chemist. We've got Ogre from In the Hole, we've got Pack Leader from AA Atrocity, and Widdowson is going for a Grawl here on 8. Oh no, he's expecting the
Oh.
9 send.
My god.
This could be bad here. And his Scallywag
Yes.
doesn't even have the Tree of Life, which means it is literally killable. And here it
Yeah.
goes, it's dead already. The Pack Leader just going down now, but the damage is done. This is a huge leak on Widdowson.
And we're gonna
That's
have
74% for
have
him.
a-
And the
penny.
Ogre!
Look at Ogre.
Oh!
It is a
8%
penny
HP
leak.
Ogre on King Downs. This is brutal. Jules is saying they have a 36% chance to win, but this is going to be dropping.
That's not looking good.
What is that?
Yeah, that is rough. This is the Scofftrolled face.
Oh. I see.
Now we have In the Hole and AA Atrocity both on fire here, wave 9. Jules is clinging on for dear life on the side of Abrasic, giving them just 20% odds to win this one.
Yeah, it looks really good.
I mean, I feel like 20% it's maybe a little bit pessimist. But they have a lot of work to do if they want to climb back. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
But they're behind in everything though, XGod. It's not just the King HP.
Value
They're
workers.
massively
that's-
behind in workers. Their income is
Income.
way lower.
But if anything, they have some medium saved up. So let's see if anything happens with that.
I mean, they're kind of praying for a miracle already at this stage, but I don't know. Maybe they can come up with some winning play that I can't see from here.
Oh, I thought your vision has improved recently, Penny.
My vision has improved, but unfortunately my brain has not.
Yeah, maybe we should target that next.
Widdowson does go for the full send here on wave 10, the mole and
What do you
brute.
mean? I just don't understand what is it mole like. Why would you send a mole into this build? What does that? What does it do?
I think he's
Well-
trying to farm shutdown, but Indahol's not even on fire anymore.
Yeah, but isn't like brutes
Pack
or
leader.
pack
also
leader,
simply be
brutes, or
better.
anything could just. There's
Yeah.
nothing. Mole is good versus neither of these units.
I think it's
I
just
mean-
like a good use of Mythium because he had 180 pre-income and now he gets another mole post-income. Maybe that's what it is. The mole is not terrible, right? He's going to have a lot of small single target damage instances, but it's obviously not the best.
Yeah, the atom is starting to attack quite fast.
And
so
the mole is already dead, so yeah.
Yeah, you giga countering the 90 gold unit. What do you mean?
Turbo countering. Both of the slime mummies, it looks like full mana as well, so just infinite value here for Indahol.
Yeah, I mean it's also a fine tank.
Yeah. What is problematic though is that his Shadow Dancer died immediately, so he leaks pretty bigly. But we have Winnison and King Dans both leaking to no send. I mean, they're not going to take any damage from this because both bosses are one-shot range. But yeah. Oh, the big rig does die from a atrocity, so maybe it was worthwhile all along. King Dan's now going for the send here on wave 11. It is a Centaur.
They still took 4% king, which is
Yes,
interesting.
it's not nothing. And Jules is
Yeah, but
saying they're right down to
The win
12%
chances
now.
decreased, yeah. I do agree. That's. I mean, I kind of agree with Jules. It's looking very grim,
It's
and
looking grim.
it pains me to say that.
Now,
It's never. I feel like it's just never feels good to send a melee DPS unit into a range wave like this. So I don't know if the Centaur. Will...
I think it's quite good in the split if you look at it.
Yeah, the
And
split
he
looks
has
very
nothing
vulnerable to a
that's-
Centaur.
And he has nothing that's good at killing the centaur, right?
and then the Centaur's going to wrap back around and tank the archers.
Yeah. So I really don't hate it.
It's not terrible.
Oh, I guess it's doing. Okay, it's doing better than expected.
Yeah. Or does he even kill it? Yeah, he does, okay.
He does.
But still, that's a 50% leak, it looks like, from a Atrocity. That's a shutdown as well. But in the hole, he does hold and will be able to cover with the Shadow Dancer still alive. They picked up the Giant Snails both, and they're going for the kill here on 12.
I kind of like this play because there isn't any particularly good unit on their boards for 12, and the Giants now just give them so much value.
Yeah. I'm not quite sure about the imps. Oh, King Dan's is pawn shopping everything.
There's-
He's
oh
going to
my-
build. He's going to build pyros.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I mean
Crazy.
that's a stylish play from King. Just absolute Hail Mary to not lose the game here on 12.
That is kind of crazy. That is something you did when we played against each other, X-God, and then we skipped on you. That was hilarious.
I mean, even if it holds, then like
Yeah, it's
Then
just
it was a
such
good
a
play.
losing play. It's just such a losing play. I don't know.
There's just
he's
turbo
gonna,
5
he's
head
gonna
from the
be
King.
very bad on. I mean, he's holding, right?
He's holding like
but-
easily. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not even remotely close. Wow.
But like, what's your answer for 14? I guess
No.
he's chaos. I guess.
Well,
He's
you
kind of
you
like-
just pawn shop your entire board again.
But Winnison as well, he's
lose-
doing extremely well against the 440 send. So that's
Yeah,
a full
but-
hold from King, a 61% leak from Winnison, and yeah, he's going to full cover. Meanwhile, another shutdown fed to a Dino King up by In the Hole.
Yeah, I mean it's easy math, right? You just pawn shop your entire board, lose 200 gold, which is more than the wave would give you in gold, and but you live. So
Yeah. Living is
Really
better than
interesting
than
turn of events here, and I'm I'm not too sure what to think about. Like what?
I mean, it worked, so it was a good play, right? Flight TV
oh, yeah,
told me that, if nothing else.
Yeah, Flight
And
TV.
it's in the hole gonna leak again because Witherson is sending him a mole, and I don't think this is holding.
There's the 14 answer, X-God. You were a doubter? How could you not see that coming?
I mean, he's just going to roll it again, right? And he's going to sell all of his pyros for multiple millenniums.
And this is gonna be a large leap.
Yeah, I mean, Interhall pushed pretty hard. Like, they just want to end the game on 14, right? He sees the 5 pyros behind an alpha male, and he thinks, I'm just going to push. Like, sure, I can leak here on 13. He's not even on fire anymore, so he's fine. I think this is a good play.
It's not if you leak like a full wave.
Yeah,
that's not-
92% is probably a bit more than he wanted to leak here.
That's kind of opening the door back up for Widdowson and King to get back into the game.
Yeah, I mean, thanks to Bert, Widdowson will be getting quite a lot of gold from this.
And now they're taking king damage. Oh,
Thanks. Thanks, Bert, from
Thanks,
the start.
Bert. Yeah, Widdowson's gold is skyrocketing over there in lane 1. They've shaved off 21% of the King's HP as well. And actually, Interhall and Atrocity decide to save their Mythium here. Oh, and
Yeah.
King Dance does not sell any pyros. That's interesting.
And now he hardens for no reason.
Yeah, when the send is not coming. But he's also effectively full Sui already, right? He's 2.1k value on 14.
But
Yeah,
like, is
yeah.
this really the guy you want to do into? Because
Yeah, he's already kind of out with all the pawn shop act.
Yeah.
it's just
Uh,
some very, very questionable plays. I
And
think.
do you know
Yeah.
what would be really cool is if Widdowson just pawns his entire board for like a Desert Pilgrim Chieftain spam on the casket or something like that.
Which
Just
is
to
not
try and
probable,
stall the longest on 15.
because he
Wow!
has the unit for it.
Huge casket, much color. Wow, crazy! Oh, the combos.
Widdowson just reminding us all of his very big peewee from a game of Legion TD past.
Oh, Pennywise, you forgot to zoom in
Oh
because I'm not sure
no,
if
it's
you
it's
see
the
it.
wrong side.
Ah, it
It's the
is wrong.
side. It's the wrong
That's.
side.
I already got so
And he does.
excited.
He's selling stuff.
Oh
Okay,
wow!
but not for.
Okay, he's
a
not
bigger casket,
full committing the way that King Dance did on 12, and maybe in a minute or two he's going to wish that he had.
Yeah, I feel like there is a possibility that they end up losing this game because they just.
Because he's not
They're
selling
all-
like all of this garbage for chieftains.
No, I mean there's a chance that in the whole and Atrocity lose the game because they were throwing a lot of their advantage on 13.
He's got
and
slime
14.
mummies though, which are like infinite value on the 15th wave.
Yeah. King Dance
His
leads
DK died
everything.
very quickly though.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It's-
King Dance leaked 92%, and Widdowson, he is
Yeah,
not
but-
far behind.
Okay.
Yeah, 111% there for Widdowson. Interhole leaking 81. Atrocity, he is by far stalling long enough to keep these guys in the game. But guys, this is exactly what we wanted. The Chaos Chemists have now tied the series 1-1.
Yes. Yes.
A very, very shaky ending. Like they could have
Yeah.
thrown the game. I was
Yeah.
kind of worried because it wasn't looking pretty.
Yeah, it wasn't looking pretty. Like, if we take a look at this graph, King and Widdowson were just mega behind for the entire game. But that's a really good showing from Interhole and Atrocity, right? Because they were looking pretty rough in the first game of the series, and I'm really pleased to see the way that these guys came back swinging in game number 2, because, guys, this means that we're actually going to have a show on our hands. They can go toe-to-toe with King Dance and Widdowson, and I think they can certainly give them a run for their money. I would love to see this go to the best of 5.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Okay, I mean, now everything is level playing field, right? We've got 1-1 with King Dance and Widdowson now on the back foot. Atrocity and in the hole. I can't remember. What were their masterminds in that game? Does anyone remind me?
I think it's
Oh.
Chaos and Greed, I'm not sure.
It-
I get
It is Cartel and Greed.
Cartel and Greed. Okay.
It
All
was
right.
Chaos on King Dance.
which does mean that both Aatrocity and Instahole have their Chaos picks available. They both love that Mastermind, so we'll have to see if one of them picks it up here in game number 3. But yeah, I mean, things are starting to get spicy. We're effectively playing a best of 3 now, with both teams having 1 point in the bag. I do think the Masterminds that have been knocked out favour Abraceit because they've lost YOLO and Megamind, while Chaos Chemists have lost Cartel and Greed. So 2 very high variance Masterminds used up for Abraceit, and 2 very stable Masterminds used up for the Chaos Chemists.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I hope the Chaos Chemists lose their nervousness, because I mean, I don't know. They were coming out strong in the second game, but closing it out so shakingly shows me that they're I don't know, they're not too confident, I guess, or like going for overambitious plays, because I don't know, they're nervous about being able to win. So I think I hope they get their shit together a little bit, and we will see a good show for the upcoming best of 3.
Well, now that they've got a win under their belt, right, that has to help with the nerves. So I can understand, even though they were ahead in game number 2, I can understand them thinking, like, it's still King and Widdowson, especially after that Wave 12 Pyro pivot by King. That's going to start to shake their confidence a little bit, right? But yeah, now that they have a win under their belt, they've seen that the King can bleed, and they should start to feel like this is just another game of Legion, right? Things are in control, they know they can win, and I think they can just carry that confidence through into game number 3.
Yep,
let's hope so. It
All
is
right,
an
everyone's
even
ready.
playing
We
field
will
now.
get a game started.
All right, looks like we're waiting for King and Widdowson. Maybe they've gone for a minute's break or something. Okay, they're back.
Or a little bit of pre-game talk, pep talk.
Pep talk, lots of R's in the chat. But I mean, this is starting to get interesting, folks. Like, that was a very, very good showing there by the Chaos Chemists in game number 2. I'm starting to feel we might have a pretty close grand final on our hands, and the players are keen to show us what they've got. Well, they will be once Shadow's finished loading into the game. But here we go, guys. Game number 3, level playing field so far. Who's going to take the lead as we move into game number 3?
YOLO from Atrocity. And this YOLO roll looks like a reroll 1-1 to me. I don't know how you guys feel about it.
Let me see.
Yeah. That is reroll on 1 territory for sure, and he has done so immediately.
To be fair, okay, he did reroll, but
yeah, I feel like you would have played Pilgrim 5 Anglers, something like that.
Just 5 Anglers, and then maybe Pilgrim on 2.
Yeah, that's probably what you would have done. I wouldn't have had a lot of fun being on the other side of that team.
But we cannot see what are the units he rerolled for, so...
Yeah, unfortunately not. We have the classic Fiesta Cartel from Widdowson and King. And with the 50% reduced roll chance, we still see the Pixie.
Okay.
I've read King Dance crying on the Discord about the targeting.
That was juicy. Like, King Dan's got slightly less than perfect aggro for the first time in his Legion career. Straight to Discord.
Yep. I mean, I harvested those tiers, and I'll probably be able to feast on them for the rest of the year. So if he gives us some more in this game, I'll be set for the upcoming year as well. So all a man can do is pray.
Try hard. They're not sending little ones. They're saving.
Yeah, they are saving their wave 1, and Winnison with the Fiesta Pixie is threatening a 60 send on 2, but Aatrocity should be completely fine, I think, with that Priestess, and I assume he does add a bit of a split here on 2. Widder and King do just go for their income sends, okay. They're not fully committing to the cringe just yet in game number 3.
Yeah, I mean, currently
Well,
I
I
don't feel like
this
it's that worth it.
this build could leak to a full send if Wither really wanted to, but you never know what they had, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very much a gamble.
Yeah, he's going to be completely fine. And in the hole with the lizard send, he should be chilling as well, right? The slime mummy's broken enough to hold here.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. He's easily doing fine here.
Yeah, he's already
wait,
killed the entire
what?
wave. Oh, Atrocity actually
Wait,
leaks there.
what?
Wow. Okay, I
New and
really
improved?
didn't expect that.
I
Yeah.
think he was a little bit greedy not adding another poly,
Yeah,
because
reasons.
it's really just like reaching the threshold for the hero, right?
Yeah.
It's very new and improved, I would say.
Yes, a little bit of misplay, I would say, but nothing too serious.
I mean, that's a pretty big leak considering he was 4 workers and did add the splits. Like,
I mean, that used to hold, no?
I was sure it would
I don't
hold.
know.
Yeah, I was certain it would hold.
Yeah. Same here. And now he's kind of scared. Now he's going for the safe approach.
Yeah, and he does get saved on. So Widdowson is reading him like a book, actually, so far in game number
Yeah.
3.
Yep. I mean, he's also playing it safer because Indashmal looks weak on 4. I guess Atrocity wants to do fine there. But I don't know, it doesn't feel nice when you play on the safer side and not getting that income send that you desperately waited for.
Yeah. Now we do have some slightly bigger sends here on wave 4, with Widdowson going for the double DT, King Dan's going for the Fiend, and actually AA Atrocity goes for the Pilgrim here, rather than going for like another Devilfish and a Harpy, which is probably the route that I would go for. But surely the Priestess just literally can't die, right, with all of that healing?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a Skelly, but
No,
yeah.
it's no Scally, that's for sure.
Imagine if he could re-roll Steeds.
Oh,
But
then he
he
would have
doesn't
the
have a
tech.
re-roll anymore.
or Exodia.
Yeah.
Yeah, his YOLO's gone from like absolutely garbage in his initial roll to pretty darn good in his reroll. Now
You
we see
think?
a full send. I mean, it's very playable, right, for a YOLO roll. It's not the best roll of all time, but it's very playable.
It is
Yeah,
playable.
I think it's fine. I mean, I would say he's not the best on, let's say, 14, but it's manageable.
It's manageable.
Or 16.
Compare it to that initial roll, though, which was just hot garbage. But here we have a full send coming out from Indashmal against Widdowson, who did harden his movement last wave. So I think
boss
we
is
might
going
see
right.
a bit of a leak
I'm
here.
not sure if this is intentional, but he didn't drag the boss to the left, and the boss is just living forever. Now he's dead, but his board is gone.
He's not killing
Yeah.
much else, right?
I mean, I guess he expected the Pixie to still target the boss,
Yeah, but it just
which it didn't.
simply targeted. And as a result, Widdowson leaks 70% here, wave 5. Again, he is Fiesta, but 70%, like, come on.
Yeah, he's going for the box style Fiesta, I guess, where you just build bad and stay close to value.
Yeah. I think, wasn't it Burnt who trademarked this style of Fiesta?
Oh yeah, I mean, it was also Burned, who is known as for fun player.
Yeah. Just
Since-
permanently on value, but your build is terrible, so you can get your Fiesta here anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
All
It's quite a refined strategy not everyone can pull off.
Now we have more income sends coming out from everybody apart from Widdowson. He's 6 workers, by the way. 6 workers, wave 6 Fiesta player. Like, sure, he has the 1 Pixie giving him 5 Mythium every wave, but he's also
Yeah.
plus 85.
And Atrocity seems kind of scared, even though there's no reason for him to be scared. Like, when he sees this.
Yeah, but I mean, his weak
He's
wave is
still
coming
weak.
up next, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and he's shifted some gold for the bunk.
Yeah, beast.
Like normally when you see someone plus 100, you probably just push to no send, but you can't really do that here,
Yeah.
which is kind of unfortunate. But
Oh, some my lane aggro going on over here for Indishmol. But I think he's just chilling. He is.
Yeah. Short wave for the massive workers.
But it's pretty good while Winnison is only, like, he was on 6 workers up until wave 6, right?
That's true. He has pushed up to a mighty 10 now.
I mean, that's just insane. Going for a full send here into a Atrocity with the Brute. It's going to be a double Brute. I think he does reach that. Oh, does he? Yeah, he does. He's going to get the second Brute. But with the Banana Bunk here, I think a Atrocity is going to be completely fine.
yeah, did he sell something for the bunk, or he
Yeah, a polywalk. He was 2 gold short.
Okay. I mean, he'll never financially recover from this, obviously.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh!
Oh!
No!
Oh my god!
Oh!
Wow.
He was holding anyway, but
Yeah.
still.
True.
Alright, Widdowson, meanwhile, playing very aggressively now at 670 value on 7 with his Fiesta. Going all the way up to 15 workers. Okay, I'll stop memeing. He actually is playing aggressive now for the first time.
Yeah, he actually is. Yeah, I'm not sure why he. I'm not sure if I really understand why he went for so much value there before, but now he has. Really
Maybe he was
picked up some pace.
overcovering for King Downs on wave 6 because, you know, if Atrocity had pushed more, maybe King thought he was going to receive a Mimic on 6, so Widdowson just wanted to play to cover.
Maybe.
But I mean, that's just a guess. I'm just trying to get into the mind of the players here.
Well, he's
And
slicking here because...
Yeah, now he's inting his Nightmare, so he's going to leak actually most of the wave against a DT and 2 King Ups.
How is the Green Devil last unit remaining? Like, someone explained this
It's
to me.
new and improved, more consistent pathing.
You get 1 DT on 8, and your Nightmare dies first.
Yeah, but meanwhile this
this is
thing
what
literally can't die, so it's no
Okay.
problem for him to easily full cover there.
I see,
Yeah.
I see.
I mean, he should have simply built the Nightmare on the wall and like behind his tank units,
Yeah.
so it doesn't die first.
Yeah.
I don't know why he didn't do that.
Yeah, maybe he's stupid.
Maybe, Penny. You might be onto.
So we have some pretty big sends coming out wave 9 with the Double Brute Robo from Widders, with the Ogre Robo from King Downs. Lost Chieftain for the Tribe is going to be pretty good, giving a lot of HP to the Priestess, and of course it's just solid magic damage here on 9, so we'll have to see, can the Priestess survive the initial onslaught now that it has all of that extra HP? I mean,
It's
it looks
actually
like it can.
quite tanky as well. Like, it will pull
2.5K.
the
Wait,
split.
2 HP, that is solid.
The
Yeah.
Aziria easily living against the left side, so he's going to do very well.
Another-
Meanwhile,
and he's
if we take a
sniping
look at
this.
Hole,
Oh, this is just perfect aggro, look at this. So
Yeah,
beautiful.
it's beautifully splitting.
one more heal
Nice.
from the Priestess. Doesn't defend itself though, so it will be a leak. Yeah,
Yeah.
38%. Meanwhile, in the hole, he's doing very well, but he does have 1235 value, which helps, I guess. So 38% for Atrocity, 42% for In the Hole, and Chaos Chemist will lose their first little bit of King HP here on wave 9. They've got fully
Yeah.
upgraded attack though, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, and look at the odds that Jules is giving them. And
Yeah.
that's still, I don't know if Cattell is calculated in there, but wave 11 is coming up.
Yeah, like watch to see what Jaws has to say about things when wave 12 comes around, right? Because King Dans will have that income penalty. They are going for a full resend here on 10. Brute Robo from the King. I guess it's going to be Brute Imps or something like that from Widdowson. What's he saving his 100 Mythium for? No, he just goes for a second Brute. Okay. Yeah, but Interhole, sorry, he is 70 overvalue. He has an Alpha Male. Very good with the healing, of course, as well with that damage reduction, so he should be fine. But Atrocity, he's not holding here. This will be a leak on him at least.
And a pretty huge one, because not only he has a lot of bad unit, he also has no damage.
Yeah. But look, this though, this was really nice. So he got the Polywog buffed with the Chieftain. Meanwhile, the Priestess tanked the Brute, so that was pretty nice. And he's leaking 46%. I thought it would be much worse. So some clever positioning there from Aatrocity, actually saving his bacon. But having said that, in the hole, plus 70 is leaking as well. That is certainly not ideal. You needed him to hold, really. Widderson leaked big, but Kingdans, I mean, for starters, he didn't get a send. And,
Yeah.
you know, this thing, again, literally can't die. So he's chilling.
It literally can't die. Yeah, that gets the game more even again.
Yeah. Now, I think that was just Inderhole needed to cover, right? Like,
Yeah, but look at his units, right? He has 2
Yeah.
cats, he has a slime.
I think they made a blunder because
he should have rolled this last wave, right? Like, why didn't he roll it on 10 instead of 11?
Yeah, is this stupid?
Yeah, he must be.
Well,
Look at this
now
send
Kingan-
here, though. Wow,
Kingan
this is
just gonna
big.
hold. I feel like she's gonna hold with the blessing and
Oh,
it's
easily.
gonna turn around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Easily.
Even though Aatrocity is getting creative with his sends here, like, I don't know, this thing, it literally can't die. This thing is just infinite value.
Yeah.
Ram, it's really not a. It's just not a good send versus this build.
And I do expect him to easily be fine. Like, especially with the blessing.
Unless the DK starts taking damage for no reason.
Oh, it is now taking
Oh,
damage.
okay, never mind.
But there's no, like, 4 eyes or anything, right?
Yeah, why do you not like the Ram though? I think it's actually quite good.
DK is dead, so the blessing at least is gone, but he's still just full holding, and this is a 580 Mythium send. Kingdom's
the
minus
reason-
280 value, making it look easy.
And the reason is because the wave it's pierce damage, and you do need some kind of extra damage to kill the Dread Knight and auto summons and the treants.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't.
That's
Ram it's good, but it's also pierce damage. If
Mm-hmm.
you send pierce damage and the wave is pierce damage, then you can't kill their board.
Yeah, that's true. Normally when I pick out the tank mercenary that I want to send, I want to do it as much damage as possible.
But just look at the way things have turned around in this game, guys. Like, on wave
Yeah.
9, we were saying the Chaos Chemists were so far ahead, and Kingdams
No,
was
they're
about to be
behind.
in trouble with his cartel, like, kicking in on wave 11. And because of that wave 10, followed up by his giga hold of the 500 send on 11, King is now top of the power score, on fire, highest, well, not highest income, actually. Aatrocity and Inderhole still ahead there, but he has the most workers, ton of Mythium saved up. Like, things are very much going back in the favour of side Abrasiet.
Yeah.
Oh, that was such a mistake on wave 10. Inderhole just needed to roll Berserker there. Aatrocity really struggling, actually. Bottom power score by some margin.
Yeah, the Senna 11 really hurt him, and he took all out as well. Even though all out doesn't. Yeah, it's minus 20 income still.
I mean, you do gain income normally, right?
I mean, after the spend, yes, you still gain income, but like you're wasting a Legion spell. Because
Yeah,
now
that is true.
everyone else has a Legion spell, and you just have like plus 10 income or
Yeah.
something.
Yep.
But Kingdans is... his Legion spell is gone as well, right? So it was very worth the Divine Blessing. It let him hold the massive 500 Mythium send on 11. But I think we can fairly say that Aatrocity and Kingdans' Legion spells just cancelled each other out.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, Aatrocity is coming out ahead with 5 income because he went for Power Max. But that's not really worth it because you have to factor in that, I don't know, the rest of it was like a 400 Mythium send without the AoA that he was saving up, and
Yeah.
it simply was a full hold. So it's not really a nice trade-off for him.
Yep. I mean, I agree, but it's something at least, right? Now, we do see this massive send here coming out wave 14 from Widderson and Kingdans. There's triple Ogres there from Widder, Needler from King, who probably will send an Ogre as well. But look at this. So, in the hole, he has hidden his Blessing until now, popped it out on a big Lifesteal Sovereign here. Will it be enough to hold against this 560 send there from the King?
Yeah, hold this.
Hold this. The Needler is attacking the head chef instead of the Sovereign. That's very pog for him. I mean, the Priestess is tanking perfectly, but Mega Leak there, 127% from Aatrocity. But let's just take another look at Indashmol. He's come out of his tent, finally. He's easy snacking this 560 Mythium Send from King. He's even going to be able to cover something in the mid. Sure, he's going to leak, he's going to lose his Divine Blessing here, but this is very, very worth for him. And what's more, Aatrocity and Indashmol, they saved their Mythium here, so now they have a massive pressure lead over Kingdans and Widdowson. This game is actually very back and forth.
Yeah, very critical hold there, because if not, they probably just lose their game right here. But now they're pretty much even again.
And Jules is way back in their favour, right? He's gone from favouring them, and then wave 10 happened and favoured Kingdans, and now he's saying 60% again for the Chaos Chemists. This is the sort of game that we really like to see in the Grand Finals. The two teams are very closely matched, it seems. When can they actually break them, though? Okay, Widdowson is super undervalued here, but the send is not coming. He's not even hardening.
I mean, I would think they're aiming for 16, to be honest. Because Widdowson...
That is possible.
I mean, it kind of looks like 16, but King is on value with Arctairs, with Boom Trees, with Sky Queens. Widdowson has a Lifesteal, Ocean Templar, Divine Blessing
is
Doppel.
coming out. Yeah, the Widdowson doesn't have a single tank for the wave so far.
Aatrocity, he's leaking the no send. I mean, they just can't afford to skip, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, if they were planning on skipping, now they have to go, and we can see the
In the hole, I would like him to be a bit more creative. Like I don't know, he seems to be sending Four Eyes against Lifesteal.
Where's the Mole and Octave Root that I called? Like, I don't know.
he just doesn't know the tech, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, where are all the mimics?
Where the mimic's at. And Widdowson actually goes for a full send here with a mole and a snail. Very deadly.
Like, my creativity brings all the brutes to the yard. Damn right.
Yeah. And they're like, for the clan.
Yep.
Now, Widdowson does full harden here. He's minus 800 when he finishes building, but I think he's going to do very well, actually. So 960 Mythium for Widdowson, exactly the same, 960 for Kingdans. Let's see if either of them are able to hold here. They have 94% on the
King has Boom Tree. How could they send 16?
I don't know, man. It's a bit iffy.
Like, how could they send 16? It's like, you just can't send 16 against the Boom Tree.
It's like, it is going to die, but that's a miracle hold, really, from Widdowson.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's due to a lack of creativity.
Yeah, there just was no creativity there from in the hole whatsoever. The percentage is big, though, 114% for Widdowson, but it's only 3 lane creeps and then the ranged mercenaries.
Yeah,
and remember,
but I mean,
Four Eyes just don't do
Four
damage
Eyes
to the king anymore, right?
Yeah, but it's like a Needler as well, my friend, so...
Yeah, I wouldn't call that a hold, but...
But they survive, though. But they survive, like...
Yeah, that's the important thing, because now they keep the game going.
Yeah.
A lot of this is like double sui on Chaos Chemist. Look at their push. They're just pushing workers.
And the thing is now, Widdowson doesn't need to push any more workers because Aatrocity is turbo out of the game. And Kingdans, if he wants to, now has the Sui angle against Indashmol.
He is not going for it. I mean, I do like them going for that aggressive 18 play. Because I would always assume that Widder and King are not going for 18 because of the build of Indashmol and Aatrocity. So it gives you that proactive angle.
Yeah. And Widdowson's very bad on 18, right? Like, sure, he's got that Azelia in his role, but Aatrocity and Indashmol, they don't know about that. The King, like, sure, he's got Arctairs, but he really has no damage on 18. However, he shifted nearly 700 gold, and he has that Disciple Stark Order Circle potential in his role.
Oh, yep, that's true.
Here comes the send. We do have the Snake Staff Shaman coming out from AA Atrocity, which obviously means it's a 20% attack speed buff instead of 10%. Oh, he's starting to get creative.
Oh, wow! Did he hear me?
He must
Is,
have.
is it the Octa but a Brute angle?
Wow. Widdowson and King Twans, they do save their Mythium here. Kingdans is on grey value with this Disciple Starcaller Circle coming out of thin air. Double Arctair already on the board. I think he can do very, very well here.
I'm kinda getting worried about where
Yeah?
King here, though. Like, looking at the values, this might be rough.
If Widdowson commits and hardens, I think they survive. He is
does
full hardening.
harden.
He's full hardening. And he's got the
Yeah,
Aziria here.
but it's not tanking. He has a lot of
Mm-hmm.
these. I'm really not sure about this one.
Yeah. We'll have to see. I think.
King Dan split is dead really fast.
Oh.
I mean, he's just mixing up so many things. The Harpies, the Dread Knight,
He's
the
killing
Starcaller.
most things, but Widdowson,
Yeah, but
is
Widdowson
looking
is
big.
simply weak here.
Not-
King
not
had
good
to
enough.
hold for
Oh.
them to be fine.
It's over, guys.
It
Chaos Chemists
is
are taking the lead in the grand
over.
finals against Abracid.
Yeah, they did.
That's pretty insane. Well played, AA Atrocity and Inter Schmoll.
Yeah, incredible.
If they keep playing this well, I might even have to pronounce their names properly. Holy moly. Just look at this win probability graph, guys. This really is the story of the game here. It was so back and forth. One side takes the lead, the other side takes the lead, then they int it away, then they int it away, back and forth, all the way to the end of the game there. Wave 16, Chaos Chemist finally taking the lead back because they performed. They got decent damage done there against King and Widder, and yeah, they were able to close things out there on Wave 18. They pushed pretty decently. Both players actually pushed a ton of workers there off the 16 send, and they were just able to close things out there. King and Widder dead on Wave 18. Very nicely
Yep.
played. Huh. And that's
Showing.
two high variants.
aggressive,
Mastermind's gone from the Chaos Chemist, so YOLO is used and Chaos is used.
Yeah. But yeah, like you mentioned, the aggressive play really paid off there.
Yeah.
They were just able to close the game on Wave 18.
Yeah, really
Yeah.
juicy play. I'm starting to think that AA Atrocity and Enderhole have got this one in the bag, guys. The last two games they've played very, very well. The first game I wasn't so sure. It felt like they were outmatched by Abracid, but game 2 they came back swinging, converted it into a win. A little bit of shakiness, like you were saying, Green, but here in game 3 I think they just played it very, very well, and yeah, they piloted this one to a nice clean win.
Yeah, in this game, it looked it definitely looked better. There were a couple, like I would say, questionable decisions, like 10-11.
Yeah, like
kind of rough.
Enderhole not rolling Berserker on 10 was very questionable. Like,
Oh,
I
oh
thought
yeah,
he was a better Chaos player than this.
I don't know, kind of stupid of him to just roll it on 11 instead
Yeah.
of 10.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, why not just
I
roll
don't
it
know.
earlier?
I think he would have done way better if he just rolled it on 10, actually.
Yeah, maybe he simply didn't think about it back
Yeah.
then. And then he saw, oh, I already have a head chef. And
Mhm.
do you guys also feel like head chef fertilizer spam is kind of OP now?
Oh man,
So
it's just the
it's-
most broken thing. How do you ever leak
Exactly.
that?
Yeah,
Like-
there simply is no way. I guess you really need to get creative to leak it.
What would you even send against that on Wave 18? Like, how would you leak it? I don't know.
I mean, it's doing a lot more damage
Hmm.
after ramping up, so you want to slow down the attack speed of that unit as
So
much
it's
as you can.
Octobrutes,
So
of
obviously
course.
it's Octobrute again.
Let's go.
Like
Ah.
Octobrute is always the answer.
Always. All right, we have a lobby open. Players are keen to get into game number 4. Remember, AA Atrocity and Schmoll, they have the lead here. 2-1
Yep.
in favour against Abracid. Can they just snatch the victory here in game number 4, or will Widdowson and Kingdans ensure a game 5 by tying up the series again here? I'd love to see game 5.
Me too,
Yeah,
but you
same.
know, the pressure is there. One more game and they're out of the tournament. So we'll see how they react to this.
Mm-hmm. What do you guys think? Like, and now that we've seen the way that they're playing over the last couple of games, do you think Atrocity and Enderhole can just snack this one here?
I could see it happen, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
if I was in King and Widow's shoes right now, I wouldn't be feeling too great.
Right?
And, like, it's kind of the momentum, right? Like,
Mhm.
Atrocity and In the Hole lost the first one, but then they won 2 games in a row.
Yeah, combo breaker.
Yeah, and like it's always a little bit about the momentum as well. Like the mental of the players plays a big part in it.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Well-
even though they are more
Oh.
very experienced in a tournament format,
There's a double lock-in?
oh, is it gonna be Skelly
Oh, Tree Scally.
or
Fiesta.
Nightmare Butcher for the pull?
We have a lock-in pick from In the
Banker?
Hole.
Ooh,
Lock-in banker. I mean,
yeah,
he does think it's strong.
it's Nightmare Butcher. Yeah, he does think it's very strong.
Nightmare Butcher with
And the
Oathbreaker as
Nightmare
well
Butcher.
there for Atrocity, so a
Nice
nice
luck.
roll. And the Azeria as well, which covers the Nightmare Butcher's weak waves on 11 and 15. So a very good double lock-in roll, but it's still double lock-in.
Normally you wanna have like a Doppel, a Butcher, and an Azaria on wave 11 if you wanna get reported by me. That's a good suggestion, Penny.
Yeah, and plus the Oathbreaker and Final Form. What you want?
Oh, Final Form. It's over. Yeah.
I
Final Form
find it funny how they
Oathbreaker
just
with
name-
Pulverizer,
they
just
just named
stunning the entire wave.
The unit is just called Oathbreaker Final Form. That's it. It's like the dev didn't bother to give him a new name. It's just like Oathbreaker, but Final Form. I mean, it's true, right?
Yeah, it is.
We have King Dan's whipping out his Chaos again this time around. Opening with the Chaos Sakura, which I really don't like, actually. And the snail was sent to the wrong player. AA Atrocity says, thank you for the +6. That makes up for my double lock-in gold loss to some extent. If it had gone in the hole, that would have been pretty bad, because his banker seedling would have leaked.
Fast and aggressive.
Fast and aggressive.
And
King Dan
look
decided
this,
not
look
to
this.
push anything so that he could go for
Yeah.
the Pack Rat.
Yep.
Good
That's
use of
just
gold.
So fast, guys. Get your seatbelt.
Mm-hmm.
Put it on. We're going way too fast here.
It's time to strap in. Now, in the hole, his build is absolute garbage here on 2. Is his banker going to die to no sense? That's the question.
Nah, it should be fine. The gargoyle is super strong.
It's
Ah,
close.
okay.
It's pretty close.
It's actually close.
It's dead to no sense, yeah. His build was bad enough.
It is dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
He is very much fine if he simply goes for 2 gargoyles.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed.
I mean, this is what you guys came for. This is the top-notch quality
high
gameplay.
elo gameplay, yeah. Now we get the Serpent ad from Widdowson on 3. King Dan's nice looking the Gargoyle, so that does kind of make up for the fact that he doesn't have a seedling here. He should be turbo chilling against the 60 send, I feel.
Yeah, I would think so.
But so is AA Atrocity with his Nightmare, Oathbreaker, getting a Lizard Send here.
Yeah, Lizard King up. I think he can do it.
I think he's
I believe in
just
him.
about strong enough to hold that, yeah. And yeah, King Dan's is easy holding there with the Gargoyle to add to his Sakura. There is a Dino coming out, but with the Serpent, I think Widdowson is more than fine, especially with his value as well.
Yeah, we've seen 400 value perform on 4 before
Yeah.
today.
Widdowson's
so
going
far-
to one up it here with 405 value.
Yeah, and so
Usually
far,
you don't leak.
yeah, so far we have seen absolute garbage units hold with 400 value on 4.
Yeah.
And we
Speaking
have
of
a
garbage,
serpent
let's have a
here.
look at Indahol's build here, because his banker gargoyles are receiving a full send from King Downs. There's a DT and a Robert.
Yeah, but he's also going for the 400 value technology.
He is, but his build, it seems, is just bad enough to leak.
Oh, that's impressive.
He managed it, guys. 35% leak
Wow.
with 400 value on 4. Solid.
Wow. Wow.
So full cover, of course, coming out from Atrocity in the mid. He's going to slam down that Butcher here on wave 5. And Winnerson, I mean, Winnerson just doesn't really have any Mythium to speak of, so
Yeah.
Atrocity not really feeling under the pressure. He does go for a Brute send here into King
Was
Xuan's
that-
on 5.
that
That's
after income or-
interesting.
Cheeky. I mean, I would be surprised
Oh.
because he has this
And-
amount of Mythium.
Well, look this as well. A post-income Brute
Bruh.
coming out from Indahol.
Okay, yeah, this is after income.
I think the Brute against Wooderson is good because he would expect. I mean,
No
yeah,
sense.
you don't expect him to add.
Yeah.
Well, they
And the
are both
Serpent is
heavily
horrible.
undervalued here on 5, so we'll have to see.
Yeah, well, I'm taking it back. I'm not sure if it's that good. Like, this unit is pretty bad, and it depends if this
Yeah.
gets overwhelmed.
Yeah, I mean, it did get
Ah.
another summon off, but that's still a leak from Witterson, and the
not
flower
big, though.
does die here. Like, it's not a big leak there from King Schwan's, but it is a leak nonetheless. The Sakura is
I
dead.
don't think that's worth it, though, for the minus income.
Well, having said that, there's 2 brutes reaching the king. This is some decent
Oh.
damage here on 5.
They will
Yeah, they are
slap.
taking some damage, but it's really... It's actually quite a lot. It's like almost 20%.
It is actually very much,
Yeah, exactly 20% damage here, dealt on wave 5.
You've learned. I thought you were too old for that. But apparently you can teach an old dog some new tricks.
Yeah, old dogs, old clowns in the same boat. Now we get Inda Schmoll is upgrading his biggest Wiggus here, which is very good. His wig can be big if nothing else, so that's pretty solid. The income send here is kind of bailing out a Atrocity though, because now he's in a very good position to cover on wave 7 and even on wave 8,
Oh yeah.
because
No,
he should be
he-
turbo chilling against
He
this.
can just full push, honestly. And
Yeah.
he's just fine.
Oh, this is actually close.
What?
If
Wow.
A Atrocity had full sent here, I think we would be seeing a dead Sakura.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's,
Okay, here's the wave 7 send. The double Brutus McFrutus coming out from King Schwan's. Can he get a third? He cannot. He won't even get 40, right? No, he won't. So that's just going to be a snail to add to the double brutes. Into Hole, he's high value, but again, he basically has one good unit on the wave.
Yeah, Atrocity didn't add anything, and he's still on value and very strong here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so he's
He
chilling.
will just cover.
and he's not doing.
He's not hardening the big wig.
Oh, he's not hardening.
Well, maybe he was expecting straight wave 8, honestly, because Atrocity's build is much weaker on 8 than it is on 7, and, you know, Banker is pretty terrible on 8. But King Dan's is just going to resend, and Atrocity is just going to leak again, or in the hole.
Yeah, that is a very rough spot for him,
Mm-hmm.
honestly. Leaking on wave 7 while being very weak on 8.
Yeah.
That just feels horrible. Of course,
52%
what are you
leak.
doing?
And he just can't push, like, he has to stay on 10 workers. He's likely still going to lose the big wig on 8 regardless.
Yeah.
And here's the double brute. Witterson actually getting very creative here, sending
Oh.
double brute on a ranged wave. Atrocity, are you really upgrading a head chef here on the 8th wave?
I mean, he's seeing his value, and like he has nothing great to build. What else is he building? Is he like going for?
I mean, maybe he could just slam down a priestess.
You're going for the certified, like Doppel Nightmare Azaria Wave 11 build.
Yeah,
As mentioned, you would get my report as
Yeah,
per
I'm not-
usual.
that's fair. The head chef is turbo tanking the double brutes though, so getting some value there. This is going to be a decent league, and the Nightmare's not split tanking, is just the final nail in the coffin. Maybe if they split tanked, actually he even could have held, but look, Dis in the hole, he's barely holding.
I mean, it's
himself.
not a horrible league, honestly. Like,
It's not, but it is going to be
and
enough
now
to
he
kill the big
can
wig.
just push and he's fine on the next wave.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's also like a small send, right? Like 160, you probably expect to hold if you just have a good arcane tank, which he doesn't have.
Yeah. And it does kill the bigwig as well, so that's pretty big for King Dans.
I feel like when you play bankers, you're the most common source of banker death is your teammates. Like that.
Yeah.
That's fair. That is fair, but it's also just a flaw with the unit, right? Because
Yeah.
does your teammate have to overbuild every wave as well as you, just so they don't accidentally kill your bigwig? I don't know, man.
Yeah. It's kind of weird unit design.
But look Discreen. Indahol has Chieftain and Gargoyle, so he might end up having quite a lot of fun.
Wow, that's getting me excited, as you know. Like, I do love the combo, and I do like the voice lines of the units. Like, did you know that the Chieftain is going for the tribe?
Yeah,
sounds pretty cool.
He sounds like a Giga Chad, let's say.
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't necessarily like his role otherwise. I don't think it's necessarily complementing the role that well. But XGod wants to send now.
Yeah, he does.
Nobody else does, though.
Yeah, nobody else does, though. The players kind of disagree with you, XGod. How do you feel about that?
Explain to me, what is this?
That is a send, yeah. No, you're right. You pinged the send and he sent, so you were right.
Okay.
Impressively, Indahol did manage to keep his bigwig alive for the first wave since it's been upgraded, so that's pretty solid.
There should be an option when you play the banker, and like not only tells you how much gold you gained, but like how much gold you lost because you died.
Oh, like here's what you could have won.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that would be amazing. Here's what you could have had, but you didn't.
Why are they saving here, though? Like, King Dans is going to be turbo strong on the 11th wave. Widdison's way better on 11 than he is on 10.
I mean, there's also only defensive skills.
Clutch snail here. But that's what I mean, like, King Dans is garbage on 10. Why did you not send here?
Yeah, and there's like Glacial and Pulverizer. Sure, there's counterattack, but
in
do
the
you
whole
really want
no
counterattack
send as well?
Oh, they keep saving, okay.
Yeah.
Are they aiming for 13, or like, what do you think is happening?
I feel like In the Hole is already turbo dead.
Are they just aiming for game 5 or what?
I do think they want to possibly start with the Krakon on 1 in the upcoming game to make it an easy 3-2.
I see.
Yeah, that would be broken. King Dans is hardening here, so wave 12 is a possibility if they survive against the income king. Now, there is a counter-attack pickup from Indahol, which is good, because he's definitely leaking here. Atrocity, he should be fine. He has got the final form Oathbreaker upgraded. He put Pulverizer accidentally on the Doppelganger. He must have misclicked that from the Oathbreaker.
Oh.
Yeah, this is a big leak from Indashmol. This is a rough one. 101% leak there, and the Pulverizer Doppel dies in Atrocity's lane, so he's not able to full cover in the mid.
How did that happen?
I mean, it just consistently took all of the aggro away from the head chef. The head chef is full HP, and the Pulverizer on the wall Doppelganger is just the first unit dead after the Oathbreaker.
I wouldn't have expected that to happen.
I wasn't looking at his lane because I just expected an easy hold, but looks like the Oathbreaker and the Doppelganger died before the head chef, which is
that's just absolutely huge. Like, they take a ton of king damage because of this. But look, it all comes down to this now. They've got a massive send here on wave 12. Widdison and King Dans, they are decently undervalued. King Dans did harden last wave, so some things are going in their favour. He also hasn't really rolled anything good for this wave, but the Doppelganger APS Dark Mage is good damage for sure.
He's basically on value after all the bird gold that he just received. And
Yeah,
he
that was
has
so much
Glacial.
gold thanks to Bert.
Yeah.
Widdowson's got a
Sucking
couple of
from-
white mane banana bunks going on. Creative sense though, there's no Four Eyes in sight, there's just a ton of imps and a couple of pack
Yeah.
leaders.
The
I mean,
Sakura
there
are
are-
tanking. It's tanking all the robo, but
Yeah,
Those
it's
are
actually
ranged
good.
pendants,
It's actually
so
good for him. Yeah,
yeah, it
it's still a
actually is.
league regardless, but this is
67% leak there for King, shot down as well. Widdowson 98 in his lane.
This is some king damage.
Yeah, but they'll survive though, they'll survive.
They will.
And the banker dies once again in Indahol's lane against Income King. He's just having a very, very rough game.
Yeah.
Jules
guess-
is liking what he sees though. The win chance is evening up quite a lot after this.
I mean,
I think at some point you just
what
start
do you guys
thinking-
think? What's the line? Is it like just
15?
15 again, where Atrocity
Yeah.
whips out the Zarya?
Yeah. I think
No,
it probably has
they're
to be.
forcing 14.
Oh yeah, Indahol is full pushing.
Then Atrocity has to push more, right? Because
Yeah, right. I'm
That's
confused.
value, I mean.
Yeah, King
That is-
isn't bad.
that's-
Yeah, I was rather seeing the 15 line to be honest, but I
I
don't
wouldn't
know.
mind Atrocity building a bit more here.
Oh,
Because
he's fine.
well, he's fine, but his teammate's leaking the full wave to no send.
Yeah, but it's a stacked pull. Lifesteal doppel.
Yeah.
I think it's okay.
Yeah, he's chilling. Actually,
Yeah, he
Indahol has
added.
killed 2 creeps, which is pretty impressive. What? Can he get a third? He can. That's insane.
Easy.
Only leaking half the wave.
wow,
Alright, but here comes the wave 14. So I quite like this line.
Yeah,
but like you were
it's
saying, like King Dan's is just holding.
I mean,
Widdowson is
Widdowson is also plus a billion value.
giga overvalued. Yeah.
It's kind of
In fact,
I
King and
feel
Widdowson
it-
don't even feel pressured to send, even though they see the suicide there from Indahol.
yeah, but King is considering not to harden.
Yeah.
Will he not harden and hunt is the question.
Wow. Like a real champ.
Because, as you know, hunt or no balls.
Until no balls, indeed. Now, King Dan's, he's still plus value, so he might well just hunt, honestly. You might be right.
Yeah,
But he's not.
well.
He doesn't want
no
to int
balls.
the game for 11 Mithy. But
Well,
Widdowson, he's basically on value
You
as
know
well.
the rules, though, so
Yeah, King
he
Dan's
does the rule.
certified no
He does
balls.
know the rules as well.
Melee Mercenary, not being sniped.
Yeah, very good.
And there was no Harden, right? King Dan didn't Harden either.
Yep.
In the whole
No.
leaks the entire wave to no send, of course. He's fully committed to the suicide play.
I mean, is he just leaking?
The Dread Knight is
The
dead.
Dread Knight is dead. It's a huge leak on Widdowson.
Yeah, 87% over there.
No,
The
no.
Ogre still lives. King Dan's can hold though, can he?
Yeah, but he doesn't really have anything alive.
Yeah, that's true.
but I think that
40% on the King.
the king has a lot of upgrades.
Oh, it's close.
I do think they live as well, but it's
Oh.
such a wild risk.
Actually, really
Hey.
close.
Yeah.
Wow. Maybe if they had just committed to the double Sui there. Well, definitely if they'd committed to the double Sui there.
Yeah.
They're saving. I feel like they're
I am.
they kind of have
confused
to
by this.
they kind of have to income or just like reset. But like this is
Yeah.
whatever they're doing, it's not gonna cut it. I feel like.
Yeah, the skip is.
It's a well, they're just playing for 16, but that's bizarre. I can kind of see it though. Like they know that they don't win by sending here on 15, so they just have to play around King and Widdowson bizarrely skipping here.
I mean,
But then yeah, the King upgrades
I don't see a world where you skip against
no.
this for 16.
But Indahol's
Um,
Phoenix is surviving more than 2 seconds, which is a first.
Yeah, yeah.
Doesn't help him too much here. Though.
I mean,
That's
it
still
is
147%.
kind of like hope, but I feel like just income.
Wait.
here.
Atrocity.
Oh,
Perma stunning the boss.
Stun.
Split,
Okay.
split shot on 15.
Split shot.
Oh, he's just
Nice.
having so much fun. He's having so
Yeah.
much fun! The Pulverizer Lifesteal Doppel just chilling. It's 720
Yeah.
mythium send. He's 500 undervalue and he's just full
creative
holding.
send. It was a creative send and it didn't work out.
That's insane.
What?
And they
Creative
live
send
because of
didn't
this.
work?
They actually survived because of this. That's
Okay,
insane.
yeah,
AA
never mind.
atrocity.
Why did I ever doubt them?
I just don't know, man. Like, Jules is giving them 64% odds now.
Yeah, it's crazy how the creative send didn't work.
That's
You
bizarre.
wouldn't. Yeah, like he decided not to send Needler or Foray
Mhm.
into this build, and it didn't work.
Man.
That is absolutely bonkers.
Like my mind is blown away. I don't really know how to comprehend that. Wow, guys. I'm speechless for once.
King Dance hasn't pushed a worker since like wave 12, and he's now 470 overvalue, while In the Hole will of course leak to anything that he sends, including hermits.
And he just dropped an egg. Okay, it's a dying egg, but
Yeah.
Yeah. But they can't send Widdowson on 17 either.
not on 17. They have to go 18, and that's why I think Atrocity didn't push a lot, because he knows he has to cover on 17.
Hmm.
Yeah, but can he?
but-
He doesn't really have anything. So
I don't know. I don't know. It's,
Will they skip? No. King Dance and Widdowson are sending 17. In the Hole and AA Atrocity save their Mythium. Nani?
Like, I'm just surprised that Wither didn't like push
I
more
mean, like
before.
we said, they
He's
can't
now
stand
pushing.
Here, but
He's now pushing. Like he now
Yeah.
committed to the play.
But AA Atrocity's on value. And he's got 4 final form Oathbreakers.
Yeah, but
But In the Hole is leaking everything, yeah. Of course.
yeah,
It's
yeah. I'm surprised that Wither committed to the play so late. He's like suiciding.
Yeah. Will Atrocity just pull out another like miracle hold though because of this? Oh, Widdowson didn't even reach 4 eyes, so he had to get creative instead with the pack leader and the brute. Can the double deep coiler just one shot the needler? They can.
Well, they can kill it. Yeah.
Yeah. Giga one shot. Can we find the doppelganger with Pulverizer? It is still alive. It is off tanking. It is life stealing. It is stunning. It is another huge hold here from AA Atrocity.
It
This he's
is
just playing out
stunning
of his
for
goddamn
sure.
mind.
Yeah, and is this enough? Like, will those units cover enough for them
I
to
mean,
live?
this thing is just absolutely popping off.
Wow.
He's
like, this
full
is-
covering.
He's
What?
Wow.
AA Atrocity, man.
It turns out combos are actually
Oh.
fun.
He's having so much fun.
Wow.
King Dance and Widdowson might be having slightly less fun in about 30 seconds time because King full hardened last wave,
Well,
Widdowson of
it's-
course full pushed, so he's just Giga Dedge, and yeah, I mean sure, King Dance is on value, he's very very strong here, like very very strong here, but I don't know man, Widdowson's going to leak everything,
Yeah, for sure.
and AA Atrocity's going to hold I think, again.
Or easily. I mean, he's overvalued with only good units and Pulverizer.
700 send, King Dance just sent income and robos. But yeah, AA Atrocity, he's sniping the Shaman as well. Like everything's going
Yeah,
in his
rather
favour.
fast. Now he's going for the Needler.
Yeah, he's just Giga sniping. King Dance looks like that's a hold for him. Widdowson leaks 239% though.
Yeah, that's a rough one to cover.
And King Dance's backline is dead, including his
Yeah,
Sakura.
his Sakura dice.
While AA
Ooh.
Atrocity has a ton of value alive and a smaller leak in the mid.
Yeah, yeah.
it's not over. It's not over. They it's still a race.
It is
Yeah,
still a
it
race.
is
The
close.
Pulverizer, the Doppelganger, is still alive though.
It lives, but this
No,
side.
Oh!
Wow!
The Chaos Chemist! Guys, they
Yeah, the
snapped Team
new
Abrasiat here!
Winner!
Whoa! That is insane! Chaos Chemists are your April Nova Cup champions, guys. Very well played. Atrocity and In Da Hole. They've earned the right to have their names pronounced properly.
I didn't see that coming. It was such a good performance,
Yeah.
especially the
Yeah.
decision making in the later waves of Game 4. It's just
The entire game was such a roller coaster. Like first that 14 force, then the skip on 15, which is just crazy.
Yeah.
Like in the hole went for king ups because he had the Mythium, which actually saved them.
Yeah.
Like Atrocity pulling off that hold, and then the 17 skip, which is also so ballsy. I mean, yeah, Atrocity has lifesteal, pulverizer, Dompo, but he doesn't necessarily have the best tanks for the wave, and in the hole is just leaking full no matter what, right?
Yeah.
So I would have been pretty nervous in that spot to make that call. That's impressive. Not gonna lie. Gotta give credit where credit is due.
Yeah. They played really damn well there. They absolutely were behind in the game, massively played to their outs. The wave 12 was juicy. The wave 14 was... They nearly won on 14. Let's remind everyone of that. And then Atrocity's big hold on 15 and 17 plus full cover. Man, he's got to be feeling pretty good about himself right now.
Oh yeah.
I'm impressed.
We'll have to see if we
Yeah.
can get these guys on Discord for a winners interview.
Yeah, that's a new one.
Okay, I'm trying to get them onto the main Legion Discord, and then I'll move them across into this channel. But yeah, I'm super impressed, guys. Super impressed with the way that they played this one.
Yes, so am I. It's just there were some really tough calls to make. It's just so hard to assess your like normally it's hard for players to assess their holding potential, but in that case you have to like really estimate your covering potential as well.
Yeah.
It's just such a thin line you're walking on.
They may have just been rolling the dice. Like they might have just thought if they send 17, then we lose. But if they go 18, maybe we have a chance to win the race. But in the, Atrocity's build was just omega strong. He was having so much fun.
Yeah, combos, man, combos. For fun.
I'm trying to get them to join one of the voice rooms. They're in the wrong one. Okay, we can also just join their voice room, maybe, but that will lose our cams. Bear with me, guys. Some technical issues trying to get the players into the right Discord server so we can have everyone in here. Okay, I found Atrocity. Can I move him? How do I move a user? Any knowers?
I have no idea, actually.
Maybe like you right click him and I don't know.
Can you drag and drop?
I cannot drag and drop. I can give him a role though. Tournament caster. Yeah, I can give him a role. Tournament caster. Okay. Sorry, this is so like. Let's see if we can get them up here. Bear with me, viewers. Bear with me.
We could also just join them, which is the risky move, but
that loses my camera though, which is not ideal. But I think they can see it now, so they should be able to hop in.
I see. All right, guys.
Any minute now. Any minute. Trust.
Yeah.
Oh.
Whoa.
It worked.
It's Topla Majonisi, Inda Schmoll himself, and Atrocity. You guys, that was incredible. Atrocity, you must be feeling pretty good about yourself there, man, after those insane holds on 15 and 17.
Yeah, I'm speechless. I don't know what just happened.
What happened? I think you guys held your cool and composure and didn't panic when there's pressure, and you pulled a very convincing victory in Game 4.
Yeah, I was really baffled by your guys' wave 15 skip. Like to me, that felt crazy at first, but it turned out perfectly. Did you guys expect to live there?
Yeah, we figured there's a tiny chance of a hold from Atrocity, and we figured that's the only possible way we can ever win this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
So you're just
quite
massively
impressive.
playing to your outs. Definitely impressive. Like you were so far behind in that game. Wave 14 nearly snatched it as a victory, and then when they lived there, I thought, well, you guys are done for sure. But then absolute dream hold on 15 from you, Atrocity, and then the balls on you guys to skip 17 as well. Like, you didn't just need to hold, you needed to full cover, because in the hole you were like full Sui already at this point, so you know you're leaking the entire wave. And
I felt like the tank situation on you, Atrocity, was kind of rough. You didn't necessarily have the greatest tanks for 17 already, so I was getting worried there, but you guys just kept your cool once again.
Yeah, I was trusting in those coilers to keep my duffels safe.
It worked. They giga sniped the Needler.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But I also feel like the send you received on 15 was probably a bit too creative.
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably wasn't the best. I mean, like maybe a Nittler could be good, but you never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
A bit of damage. A bit of damage would have been nice. But hey, you guys must be feeling pretty good about yourselves now. You've just taken down King Dans and Widdowson, Team Abrasiat, some of the best players that Legion has to offer. And this is your first Nova Cup victory, so obviously massive congratulations. But tell us a bit about how you're feeling right now.
Amazing. Super happy. We wanted to get to the finals, and actually winning the finals feels unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Well, hey, you really deserve it. Like, this, you played super well. Game number 1, I was worried for you guys, right? Like, it felt like you got a bit stomped there by King and Widdowson, but you didn't let it get to you. You kept your cool, played very well in game 2. A little bit shaky there at the end with King Dan's full pawn shop into Pyros. That was impressive play from him. But yeah, you clutched game 2. Game number 3 was really in your favour pretty much from start to finish, and then game 4, wow, just absolutely incredible. It felt like you were losing, and then you just completely snatched it from the jaws of defeat with some really impressive doppelganger play.
Yeah, I have a question towards you in the whole, because like in some of the games your gameplay seemed very committal, like in some of them to the detriment of like leaking quite a lot while you kept saving. Was that like, did you expect to leak that much, and was that all part of the plan, or do you feel like you might have overcommitted at some points?
Maybe a bit, but I feel like even the worst case scenario of a big leak is slightly beneficial to us, just because we are the ones saving.
I see. So like in those cases, you're fine with you're fine like completely committing to the play.
Yeah, I am, and there's always the chance that I get a smaller send than expected, and then it's just a one game right there. I think like the cost benefit is just on our side when we make those calls.
Yeah, I see. Because I feel like most players in the game where you were playing like Shadow Dancer and like received Maul Brute on 13 and leaked 90%, like you were already ahead before that, and you had the game safely. Like from the outside, it sometimes looks like you're a bit very much committing to one line, even though you could just keep snowballing your lead. How do you feel in those situations, or what do you think about that?
I do think I committed too hard. That 13 league was not good. I was saying to Atrocity during 12 that I'm going to leak next badly, and this was going to be really good. And I was still reeling from King Dan's amazing 12 hold. I've never seen anything like it. Yeah. And when I realized he was Chaos, I was even more upset.
Yes,
that's karma.
Very reasonable.
Yeah, but it was a bit of tilt, I think, that caused that 13 leak. Luckily, we were ahead enough to pull the game back to us.
Yeah.
But wow, that was really heads-up play from King Dan's. You have to hand it to him. Like, they were looking in so much trouble on that wave 12, and then for him to just sell his entire board for Pyros was, very, very risky, because if you'd just gone 13, then they've lost the game. But he read it correctly, full built, full held to 12, and they still ended up losing that game, right? You guys were ahead by enough to win that one in the end. But you got to recognise it. A very, very nice play there from King.
Oh, yeah.
I want to go back and watch his APM on that one.
Yeah. I don't think he needed that much APM. I think he just drew a big box across his lane and then pressed Y. I think that was about it. But yeah, it was a juicer for sure. And you know what? Even if you guys had lost that game, because we're talking about the incredible clutch holds with Atrocity's doppelganger, but even if you'd lost there, you still had another chance in game number 5. You didn't even need it. But you must be feeling pretty good not having to go to game number 5 and just taking the 3-1 instead. Really, really good performance. I've said it already, but I'm going to go back. I was worried for you guys after game 1. I felt like Abracete were in a different league, and then you just completely turned it around. You were a different team in game number 2, and then you just kept that momentum going, winning game 2, 3, 4 back to back. Very well played. Very impressive.
Yeah.
So
I feel like the turnaround from game 2 and the ending to game 3, it's very important that you guys held the advantage and finished it. And in game 4, it's just back and forth, but you guys managed to put it through a very impressive showing of gaming skills, both of you.
Thank you.
We wanted to live up to our name in the first game as the Chaos Chemists.
Yeah.
We were done filming after that.
Yeah, your chaos rolls were kind of horrible. Your build.
They were awful.
Your build on wave 6 in the hole. I don't know.
I was just not getting what I wanted anywhere.
Yes.
You just had 20
yeah,
tier
I
1s
mentioned that.
on the
It's
board.
higher variance mastermind, and your wave 6 build is couple tier 1s, couple tier 2s, random garbage. And then it's just kind of a doomer when your build progresses like that. But yeah, in some games it just happens, especially when you get saved on and you're expecting the send right now, so trying to be as strong as possible, but then you go and gamble wrong, and then it's just downhill from there. Those small decisions just snowball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a question for you, actually, in the hole. In game number 3, where you were playing Chaos, it almost felt like you guys threw the game away on wave 10, because you were pretty comfortably ahead, and then they did a full resend on 10, and you leaked pretty big. Why didn't you roll Berserker?
I don't know. King Dance has to tell me how to do it. It's not in my playbook yet.
Because you did roll it on 11, and you placed it on 11, but why didn't you just roll it on 10, man? Come on.
Yeah, we were saying it was kind of stupid.
It's just a skill issue. Skill issue, man.
Skill issue,
Yeah, we saw it coming. I was plus 70 on that wave, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
I knew what's coming. I'm just hold here and we win. Atrocity also admitted he overpushed a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but, with the Pota Chieftain Bank 7 Harpy build, you felt like you overpushed for 10?
Yeah, Atrocity was cooking that game a bit too hard.
I knew I did.
Yeah.
But you still managed to convert it, though, so I think it's a story of very good mid to late game decision making for both of you guys. The games were pretty back and forth, other than maybe game 2, which was very heavily in your favour, I think, other than that one wave 12 from King Dens. But the other games were all very back and forth, right? Like game 3, the game we've just seen, obviously King and Widder were very heavily favoured in this one, but you guys made the right decisions at the right points, and it brought you here to a win. So very, very well deserved victory, I think.
Yeah, feels the last game especially was not one we were expecting to win. We were just going for the 1% chance. If this is how they send and this is how we hold, then we might do it.
Yeah,
so let's just try it.
Yeah, so you would say overall it was pretty easy.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
King and Widder are notoriously bad players, and it's
Yeah,
extremely easy to beat them. Yeah.
I figured.
Easiest game you've ever played, pretty much.
Yeah. When we heard that No Balls and No Style aren't versus us in the finals, we breathed a sigh of relief.
I figured. Probably Atrocity was like, hey, well, I still have some chores to do in the house. Can you maybe play the first game alone? Just clap them and I'll get back in game 2.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's what was going on. Were you just multi-boxing?
Yeah, I wish, it was us trying our best and we still lost, but luckily we managed to clutch it back in the other games.
Yeah. Hey, Atrocity, I've got a question for you. What time is it over there, man?
It is 5:48 in the morning.
You absolute animal.
Oh, wow.
So you've been playing since, what, 2 a.m., 3 a.m.?
Yeah, up since 2 a.m.
That's crazy. So not only are you playing like an absolute beast, but you're playing in the middle of the night as well. Fair play, man.
Yeah.
Impressive stuff.
Fair play. But hey, I mean, do you need to get to bed? Should we wrap up the stream so you can go and get a bit of sleep?
No, it's okay. I took the day off work just in case,
Just in case.
Yeah.
What a guy.
I mean, you can't just instantly go to sleep after games like this, man.
No.
Like, the adrenaline is running high. It's just
You're
an
right.
incredible feeling.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
you guys really deserve this one. And do you know what, guys? We have had a different team winning Nova Cup every month so far this year. I think that's really good. Like, there's enough teams to make the finals super, super competitive, and it just goes to show that we have a different team winning every single month. That's really cool stuff.
Yeah, I'm happy to see, new players, a new team being in the grand finals and winning it. Just keeps the game competitive and entertaining,
On that note,
put in a
XCOD,
lot.
when are you getting Ashton back here, man? We need you guys to play over again.
I mean, I've been talking to him. He's been playing Dota, and
We've lost him. We've lost him, guys.
yeah, probably not gonna see him for another 6 months or so. So
Okay. So November Nova Cup. That's you and Ashton, right? We've heard it here first.
we'll see. I hope so.
All right, guys, I think it is about time to start wrapping up the stream. So I just want to say some of the usual shout outs to the tournament organisers behind the scenes for making things run smoothly. We couldn't do this without them. Auto Attack Games for developing and balancing the game that we love so much, and sponsoring these tournaments, of course, is just incredible. For an indie game studio to keep things like this running is fantastic. Big shout out to everyone in Twitch coming to watch the show. I hope you've enjoyed it. I certainly have. And then a final shout out to my lovely co-casters, XGod and Green Spirit. I've had a lot of fun today. I hope you guys have as well. Any final words from you guys?
Thanks to Bert as well. You forgot about him.
I did. My bad. But I'm glad you got him in there.
Yeah, from Discord.
XGod, last words, man.
Well, just impressive showing from I would say both teams, but Chaos Chemists, they're just the better players today, and I'm really happy, like we just mentioned, to see a new team, a new players being crowned champion.
Yep.
And hopefully to see this trend continuing for the rest of the year.
100%. Atrocity, last words from you, my friend.
I mean, I guess I just wanted to say that we put in a lot of effort preparing for this. It's not the first tournament we've done together. We've done pretty well, but couldn't quite make it to the finals up until now. So I'm still speechless. I don't know how we won. I think we did really well. We worked well together.
Congratulations again. Very, very impressive. I mean, it's worth it, right? You said you took a day off, and now you won the Nova Cup, so it's all worth it.
Yes, now I can celebrate all day.
Yep.
Awesome. And
Nice.
In the hole, final thoughts.
Thank you to everyone watching, and thank you to Atrocity. I definitely feel like he kept me grounded today. I was making a lot of weird calls, and he was pushing back every time. And his holes were absolutely amazing. So thank you to Atrocity for this win.
Awesome. Well,
Nice.
your hard work, guys, has certainly paid off. So you put in the time, you played a lot together, and yeah, you've certainly very much earned your win here today. Really, really well played. And on that note, guys, that's all we have time for this month. Make sure you're back in time for the May Nova Cup. We can have some more exciting games, and hopefully expect to see Atrocity